You single guys and ladies out there, check out wethepeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out wethepeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. Wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Conservative Cartel.
Now, a CNN report noted that Feinstein has demanded the FBI inform her of everyone the agency is talking to as part of the probe into these allegations. Asked how the American public will have any confidence in the ultimate conclusions reached by the Senate following such a secret report from the FBI, Feinstein replied, well, let's see. I can't say because I don't know what the investigation will say. Yeah, you do. You know exactly what the investigation is going to say, Diane, and that's why you want to keep it confidential. The same CNN article reported that the California senator was joined in her calls for the results of the FBI probe to remain secret by Democrat Senator Chris Coons. How do we know Chris Coons? He's the one that made the infamous deal with Jeff Flake. Interesting how that works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Coons and Flake went on to where? 60 Minutes. Oh, kumbaya, kumbaya, yeah. Little campfire singing, right? Because everybody's in lockstep when you're liberals.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
A major announcement. Right. I promised a major announcement, right. And today is the day for a major announcement. A major announcement, and I have one I will get to later on. A major announcement coming up.
A major announcement.
Yeah,
all right.
But later.
But late. Is this okay?
I'm going to get to it later.
Why not right now?
Let me get to You don't know how this works.
Apparently, I don't. I mean, if you have a major announcement,
you don't just make a major announcement.
Well, I mean,
if you make a major announcement, what happens? People listen. They go, "Oh my gosh, it was a major announcement. It's over." You got to tease, man, tease.
Oh.
Can you learn anything from Deal or No Deal?
Apparently not.
You could win $1 billion, or we're going to shiv you. We'll find out next, right? I mean, that's
a good point. That's a good point.
Isn't that exciting?
It's just you're teasing them.
Oh no, they like it. Everyone knows a little titillation here or there, right? Who doesn't like a little titillation, right?
Hey, look how they're dressed.
I know. See that?
Look how they're dressed.
I promise you, later on in the program, and it could be at any moment, I could just bust into the major announcement, and you probably are going to want to listen closely and watch closely for 3 straight hours. I mean, hinging on my every word, because at any moment, I could make the major announcement and then move on, and then you would miss the major announcement.
That's a good point. You might want to, so no matter where you go, make sure that it's on. If you're in the car, if you're in the bathroom, wherever,
now,
just keep it with you.
Let's say for a moment, you are glued to every, is this the major announcement? Is this, oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. Oh, is there, and then you get a phone call.
Right.
And it's like your hitman or something like that. And you got to get the deal done, right?
Yep.
And then I was only away for 10 cents. I missed the major announcement. There are recourses where you can go back and listen to the major announcement.
A rewind button on life, in other words.
Right, exactly. There are places where this show lives after the fact.
That's true.
For example, on my Facebook page.
Right, yep.
On your Facebook page, on Mojo 50's Facebook page.
Yep.
We've also got the podcast, too.
Yes. Yeah.
Those things are, where do people find those? You can go to mojo50.com and you can get them there, right?
All the way down to the bottom, click on the show. You can get the Conservative Cartel there, and you can get the Daily MoJo there.
They didn't make a major announcement today.
No, they didn't.
I don't even know if they had any minor announcements. But this will be a major announcement.
Big, huge.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you clear this one with legal?
Oh, I'm sure it's very legal. Very, very legal.
Okay.
So,
all right.
All right. So what's going on? To a major announcement? See, you were... You glanced at you. What were you doing there? You were not ready for the major announcement.
I wasn't because I was actually YouTube. You forgot to mention YouTube.
Gong or something. I could do a trumpet or something right here so I could cowbell it up or something.
You know what? We need more bells on this table is what we need.
I like the bells. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? I got to get to the Kavanaugh. They had a cloture vote today. That's a pretty big announcement, but we kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a major announcement.
It's not real major.
And that sets up, of course, a vote. Looks like it'll probably be tomorrow. And you are going to see the spectacle over the next 24 hours like you have rarely seen before. Right. They already have barricades up in and around D.C. like you have not seen in the past, except for special occasions like the State of the Union address, something like this. But the people are wigging out. And I reminded people this morning that, listen, you'll see the sea of people, and you may even go, wow, that's a lot of people.
Right.
It's kind of like a sea of people. But
sea of people, an ocean.
You got to remember, it is still such a small percentage of people who are really there.
Yeah.
And we know that it does not represent all women. It doesn't come close to representing all women or even all people. We know that.
Are you saying that Amy Schumer doesn't represent all women? Because
no.
she was there.
Well, she was. And it's confusing because she's so big.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, my God, that's like all women.
She must be at least 2 or 3 women in there.
100 women. And you're like, no, she barely represents herself because she's crazy. She's out there.
She'd be fun at a party, though.
That is true.
She would be fun at a party.
So they don't represent all people. They're not. This is not real life. By the way, it's not even really about the women. It's not even really about all of the we need to help women and whatever. It's not about Brett Kavanaugh. It's not about sexual assault. It's not about Beach Week 82. It's not about any of that stuff. It is about the midterm election. It's a pageant, and that's what's going on.
By the way, buy your Beach Week 82 T-shirt right now at mojo50.com. Click on shop there and then buy 10 shirts. We will send you 10.
And by the way, that was not a major announcement.
No.
Okay.
No, that was kind of a minor announcement. We could use the cash.
So, we had the cloture vote, and you had Lisa Murkowski voting no. Why would you vote no to offer cloture? Remember, cloture just sets up, all right, we're ending all the discussion, right?
Right.
And now we can move on to the actual vote.
It's not in her best interest. She doesn't want the cloture vote. She doesn't want all of this to come to an end. She wants this to delay and delay.
Remember, Lisa Murkowski, a Republican, but a progressive. We know that.
Yeah.
What is her advantage? Because, by the way, Joe Manchin voted for cloture.
Right.
We'll talk about him in a minute. It was 51-49.
Right.
Why would Lisa Murkowski, even though a progressive, but a progressive Republican, vote against cloture?
Because she's not really a Republican. Like you just said.
But you have to remember, though, for the purpose of this, she's very party girl. Not party girl like Sweatnick. Not that type of party girl.
Not that kind of party
That is
girl.
one hell of a party girl.
Yes,
like a Beach Week 82.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, she is the toe the party line girl, right?
Yeah.
And she is a politician. So in this, she needs to be with the party.
Yep.
You see what I mean? This So her progressiveness has nothing to do with. If she thought, hey, if I vote no on cloture, this guy won't get the nomination.
Right.
Maybe, but that has nothing to do with it, really. Right? If she thought, well, more debate would actually help women, whatever it was, none of that was going to happen.
So you've dug deeper into this. You've dug deeper for the deeper meaning, is what you're saying.
I think so. I think, if anything, and I really don't fully understand the Lisa Murkowski one.
She's a woman. No one understands her.
And it could, honestly, Brad, it could be just that.
No men.
I think it is probably her playing a different type of party game, not all that dissimilar to Joe Manchin's. It's just Joe Manchin's is more obvious.
Party game like Twister or
no,
different party game?
And not line up, ride the train. Not that type of party game either.
I love that game.
Beach Week 82.
Yeah. Get your T-shirt now.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with Joe Manchin's more obvious. Joe Manchin voted yes on cloture.
Right.
Because Joe Manchin is going to vote no on confirmation. But Joe Manchin is the most ideologically a vulnerable Democrat.
Okay.
There's a couple of others in similar situations, but West Virginia is a red through and through and through state and has been for a long time. The only reason they were still blue is because of the unions, specifically the coal mines, right?
Right.
That is all changed. They knew every other way they absolutely were with Republicans. People of West Virginia, they love them some Jesus. They absolutely do. My relatives, they love Jesus.
Well, they're clinging to their Bibles and to their guns.
And they love them some guns and hunting. And you know what? They don't give a flying fig what you say about burning coal. They like it, and they know that's where the livelihood comes from, and they are good people. Joe Manchin knows that. So he is clinging on to being a Democrat. Barely, right? He's hanging on. He has got to make concessions at times. he also has to stay with his party to make sure he's on committees and all this other stuff. So Joe Manchin simply said, I'm voting yes for cloture. He will vote against the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh likely tomorrow. And then he will be able to run commercials that say, Joe Manchin voted for Brett Kavanaugh. And when people go, you vote for Brett Kavanaugh, he'll say, I voted for Brett Kavanaugh before I voted against Brett Kavanaugh.
Yep. Good grief. This is going to take it. This is going to go on for months.
So Lisa Murkowski's likely is, the best I can come up with is similar. That she feels she needs to be that female, pick up the banner and win over some votes in and around Alaska. Other committees, I don't know. It's not as obvious as Joe. She gets to say I voted against him, and then likely say, but before I voted for him.
And she has the crazy eyes.
Lisa Murkowski's there.
Crazy
eyes.
Eyes.
She really is. She's nuts, man. Lisa Murkowski is not good. Not good. Remember, she was defeated in the primary. Remember, she got defeated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Got defeated in the primary, and then ran as the independent because she still had the machine, and ended up winning, and then caucuses with the Republicans.
Did her opponent turn up dead yet?
No, I don't think so.
She hasn't called Hillary yet. Okay.
Yeah, there is. So that's what likely is going on. Now, in the next 24 hours, people are going to melt the hell down because now we are only hours away from the vote.
Yeah. Things are going to be big.
Do you realize? Yeah, because they think they're going to. You guys aren't changing anything.
No.
You are not changing. They're going to get out there and beat the drum. It's already done. The die is cast. The die has been cast for a week. You think that you being the nutcase that are out there protesting, holding mass-produced signs from 6 months ago, you know what I mean? No, I just made this myself. It looks just like this guy's. Beach Week 82.
Get your shirt now.
They think they're gonna. You know what? If I scream loud enough, if I tweet enough, if I do all of this, then likely Susan Collins will change her vote. If I just do enough, then Lisa Murkowski with her crazy eyes will change her vote. No, it's done. I think Brett Kavanaugh will likely get confirmed.
Boy.
But here's what I do know. Whatever they decide, they being each one of those senators, however they decide to vote, that decision has been made already.
Money has already changed hands. The deals are in.
It's in.
The fix is in.
The die has been cast. There is no changing it. You can scream and bitch and protest, do whatever you want. It is over. It is done.
They could have done, if the FBI had just investigated this whole thing, then maybe things would be different. If they had just taken the time to investigate the raping raper and the brave hero.
They did 6 times before they called for the 7th investigation, which they did.
Yeah, but if they had investigated
they did.
the raping
his
raper
entire life or over and over 6 times. How many more investigations do you want? How many more hours?
Just taken the time to interview them.
Beach Week 82.
Get your shirt right now.
All right, I'm going to get a quick break in. If your communiques are deemed worthy, we will include you in the show close. Just go ahead and tweet at us or post on Facebook with that hashtag, What I Learned Today, and we'll get to that, obviously, at the end of the broadcast, share some along the way. And remember, at any moment, any second, I could bust into that major announcement. New developments right here on Mojo 50.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me mojo or give me death. Mojo 50.
Hey guys, it's Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Everyone lives with a little bit of pain, but living with diabetes can be a real pain. While you may have to test your blood sugar and take insulin, ordering your testing supplies shouldn't be one more pain you have to deal with. At least it's not when you work with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to your home when you need them. Gone are the days of visiting multiple stores to find the right strips, waiting in long lines to purchase your supplies, or sorting through your insurance requirements to figure out what they cover. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive saves you time and money. Plus, they're pretty fun to work with, too. So why don't you give Diathrive a chance to show you there's a better way to manage your diabetes? They're so convinced that you'll love their service that they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code MATT, that's M-A-T-T, at checkout. Be sure to head out to the web right now and check these guys out. It's Diathrive.com.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's DIA Thrive.com.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth. And that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks. No chaser. No marches. No protest. Only small, limited government, constitutional conversations. Exclusively on MoJo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on MoJo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on MoJo 50. Live free.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on MoJo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends and business. And of course, we'll be spotlighting business as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Mosier will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have
somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
A major announcement is coming up at some point.
By the way, over on Facebook, Patty has noted they're not taking the vote till 5 p.m. tomorrow, Brad, so I don't know what it could mean, because I just said on the Facebook chat page that there was a major announcement at any moment, and didn't say it was about Kavanaugh.
No. It's about this platform. It's about me. It's about what we're doing. It's about the future. The future. That's what it's about. Are you ready for the major announcement? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready at a moment's notice.
Because you didn't look like it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Well, I will get to it coming up, so stay ready.
I am ready.
Don't forget, we got your Friday leftovers coming up just over an hour from right now on mojo50.com. And also, Brad Staggs with your headlines coming up about a half hour, a little over half an hour from right now.
Which includes the Freak of the Week, by the way.
Oh, that's right, which is always fantastic.
Good one.
It's nobody I know, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's just leave it at that.
People come to mind, but I'm wondering if I probably don't know them. Okay.
Likely.
Interesting happenings and going-ons as part of this pomp and circumstance now with Kavanaugh. So Lindsey, we get to Lindsey Graham in a second too, but we have the letter from Chuck Grassley.
Oh, yeah.
He went pretty large on this thing.
Yeah, he didn't write this letter. He had someone who has a firm grasp of the law and of life in general and is fully alive and awake write the letter for him.
He's already forgotten about the letter.
Yeah, see.
All right, letter. Let her do what? Let her what?
I don't know.
You can let her do whatever she wants. Beach Week 82.
Get your shirt.
All right. Would you care to share some of the letter?
I would love to. Dear Ms. Katz, Ms. Banks, Mr. Aboud, and Mr. Bromwich, which, by the way, is really good with potato chips on the side.
Love
Bromwiches are excellent. I'm writing in response to your response to my letter dated October 2nd. You said that Dr. Ford is willing to turn her documents over to the FBI.
Yes.
But my request of you was not for documents to be turned over to the FBI. I asked you to provide the documents to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Your response on behalf of your client is a non sequitur. The Constitution charges the Senate with advising the president on his nomination. Senators have a constitutional obligation to investigate and evaluate independently the president's nominees. Our obligation.
No, he's right. Hang on. Pause right there. You're right. He's right about that. Now, we can get into arguments of how much they are charged with investigating.
Right.
I mean, the Constitution doesn't say you must have 7 investigations over the course of 20 years. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say 20 minutes. But I think any reasonable person that would take the job, seriously would say, okay, I've got a responsibility. Let me gather all of the information, which they had done, and we're ready to take a vote. And then the world melted down about this anonymous letter, and then the letter, and then Dr. Ford, and everybody else. So at this point, now that it's out there, there is a loose end.
Yep.
Tell us, show us, and we can move on. He's right about that.
He continues, our obligation is unrelated to anything the FBI does. That's why we don't just vote on nominees after the president loans us the FBI background investigation.
It's a great point.
We have to make our own assessment. The U.S. Senate doesn't control the FBI. If you have an objection to how the FBI conducts its investigations, take it up with Director Wray, but don't raise that objection as a reason not to respond to this committee's demand for relevant evidence. The FBI's investigative decisions aren't our concern, even if the FBI never interviews Dr. Ford or interviews her 10 times.
So so pause right there. You're right. Give the Senate the information. You're bitching that the FBI didn't interview her again, and my argument was you interviewed her, in the Senate interviewed her for hours and hours. The FBI can look at all those transcripts. I mean, right?
All there. I don't know what other questions the FBI would ask her or Kavanaugh if they were to interview them themselves.
Right. And if there was anything profound, Dr. Ford or her attorney wouldn't say, and by the way, senators, I want to go on the record, or they wouldn't have already told one of the Democrats to go, oh, yeah, bring up that other thing, right? They wouldn't have told them to bring that up.
Right. Yeah, so if they're, what is it that they're trying to get at? Well,
Beach Week 82.
Get your shirt now. Dr. Ford's allegations, and that's what we've, this committee has a constitutional obligation to investigate Dr. Ford's allegations, and that's what we've been doing since we became aware of her allegations. It's not even clear to me what purpose turning over these materials to the FBI would accomplish. The FBI would simply turn over that evidence to the Senate. That is precisely the outcome I seek with this request.
Right. The only way the FBI would do anything else with that information if it springboarded them into another arena.
Right.
So, okay, here's the document. Okay, good. Submit it as evidence. Remember, the FBI is an investigative organization for the purpose of putting forth a case.
Yes, they don't make a decision. Unless they're James Comey talking about Hillary Clinton's emails.
They gather evidence, they investigate to present a case, and then prosecutors prosecute based on that case. So the only reason they would gather more is if it's like, okay, all this, I mentioned somebody, we don't even know who that is. Why don't you try to figure out who that is? Or some new info. Obviously, there was nothing.
You have claimed repeatedly that the evidence I have requested supports Dr. Ford's allegations against Judge Kavanaugh.
Then why wouldn't you go ahead and present it?
Exactly. She even provided some of this evidence to national news. Indeed, if the evidence supported your client's allegations, you surely would produce it as quickly as you could. Yes.
Great. He's right.
But you have repeatedly refused to produce this evidence to the Senate. In doing so, you are preventing the Senate from considering the evidence most crucial to Dr. Ford's allegations. I don't know what other inference we should draw from your refusal, but that the withheld evidence does not support Dr. Ford's allegations in quite the way you have claimed.
Wow.
I urge you once again, now for the 3rd time in writing, for the love of everything that's holy, to turn over the therapy notes, polygraph materials, and communications with the Washington Post that Dr. Ford has relied upon as evidence. In addition to the evidence I requested in my October 2nd letter, in light of recently uncovered information, please turn over records and descriptions of direct or indirect communications between Dr. Ford or her representatives and any of the following. 1, U.S. senators or their staffs, particularly the offices of Senators Feinstein and Hirono, other than your communications with me and my staff in preparation for the September 27th hearings. And 2, the alleged witnesses identified by Dr. Ford, Leland Kaiser, Mark Judge, and Patrick P.J. Smith. And 3, Debbie Ramirez, Julie Swetnick, party girl, or their representatives. Sincerely, Chuck Grassley, United States Senator.
So I think what Chuck Grassley's worker bee that wrote this points out eloquently, overall, if you wanted to sum it up, is really the summing up of this entire thing. The left, the progressives, for the purpose of the midterm elections and trying to get people elected, have created over and over straw woman arguments.
Yep.
With great mojo comes great responsibility. Mojo 50.
The Adrian Slate Show.
Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. You know, that's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests are from both parties are involved in this situation.
Hey guys, Matt Locke, the Conservative Cartel. I'd like to take a minute and tell you about a new weight loss product that's instantly becoming part of the Mojo 50 family. It was launched by a Dallas area company who had taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. A 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened, and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. One Ridge-Zone client, Sarah, recently lost over 100 pounds. While she looks amazing, she has been struggling every day with cravings. Now that she's taking Ridge-Zone, she says it's so much easier to control her appetite and she's not thinking about food all day. Ridge-Zone contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to ridgezone.com, RIDUZONE.com, and enter the code MATT, M-A-T-T. That's Ridgezone, RIDUZONE.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
It's a funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUZone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com, RIDUZone.com.
Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Imagine this, Brad. Yep. You're an advisor to a president. You're one of the people that are deciding what to do when all of a sudden you have definitive proof that there is an inbound nuclear missile headed for, let's say, Los Angeles, or a couple of them, one heading to Chicago, whatever it is. Yep. And there you are. You're sitting there in the room and they say, Mr. President, we have proof that within 30 minutes, nuclear missiles will rain down upon these couple of cities. What do we do about those people in the cities? 30 minutes, Mr. President.
You warn them, pandemonium breaks
and nobody gets out.
Right. You know what this does, though? You get the 30-minute warning. You walk down the hall. Hey, Mary, I've thought you were hot for about 10 years now, and I've watched you from afar. We got 30 minutes.
I'd like to watch you from a close now.
I'd like to watch you naked on the desk.
I'm going to go all Kavanaugh on you.
So that's what, that is what the 30-minute warning does for you.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out wethepeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Mojo50.com. It's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs, Daily Mojo. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to get a communique in, it's at Doc Thompson Show, at Real Brad Staggs on Twitter, or at Mojo50 Radio. You can also join us on the Facebook as well. If you do tweet, please use the hashtag #WhatILearnedToday.
And DMXDM, he says, why are you guys being so mean to old man Grassley?
What are you talking about?
We're not being mean to him. No, I think it's fairly obvious that I think he showed that he had, let's just say, stones as big as coconuts by sending that letter.
Right.
He just didn't write it.
I'm going to give Chuck Grassley all the due. The letter is awesome.
Yeah.
And Chuck Grassley is the man who was smart enough to hire the right person to write that letter. Now, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. I misspoke. Chuck Grassley was smart enough to hire the right person, to hire some people, to be smart enough to hire somebody to write that letter.
Yeah.
Good for you, Chuck Grassley.
Absolutely. And see, over on Facebook, let's see, people are just, they're melting down over there. They want to know what the announcement is. And you're going to have to wait. That's all I'm going to say. That's
What's that? You want me to give the major announcement now?
No, it's on your timeline. I'm providing the voice.
I mean, I'm ready for the major announcement
for those the poor, the downtrodden,
but
the
first,
Facebook crowd.
We have to talk about Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. So Lindsey Graham was at the Atlantic Festival for Atlantic Magazine.
That closeted idiot.
Yeah. And I got to give the guy credit. He's been really strong recently through this Kavanaugh stuff. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes you hear these people that have always gotten things wrong, and you're like, wait, they're coming around. No, it may just be finally their politics lining up with your values. Think about that.
Took long enough.
During the whole Tea Party movement, Obama, I looked around at all those people around me marching. I marched on 9/12 in D.C., all of those other marches. All over this country, hundreds of Tea Party events. And I looked around and I was like, these people get it. Yep, these people think like me. And then I realized those people don't all think like me. Yeah. Their politics lined up with my values. Now, many of those people out there did. But I assumed all of them were based on values. Many of them were not. Right. Some were politics and some were values. And that's what you have here. So I don't know what's going on with Lindsey, if it's that or not. But he has been on fire. And I don't mean flaming like normal.
Right.
This is not flaming. This is on fire. Yes. So good for him. But while he was speaking with the Atlantic, he mentioned something that, and I know he did this to trigger people because the audience is all progressive, you know. The interviewer is progressive as well.
Right. Yep.
He said something which they did not get, and it triggered them. Now, he should have lowered the boom even more, but he did not. Listen to what he said.
That apology. If the president is listening to you right now. And he could be, because he watches a lot of television.
Hang on, let me get that back. I had a little ding there. Sorry about that. Here we go.
That apology. If the president is listening to you right now. And he could be, because he watches a lot of television. If he's listening right now, what would you say to him about his performance last night, in which he openly disparaged a person
Here it comes.
alleging that she was a victim of sexual assault by a Supreme Court nominee?
I said, hey, I can figure this out. Everything he said was factual. He's frustrated his nominee.
Good.
He's been treated so badly.
Factual is a personal degrading attack on someone who's a private citizen.
Okay, pause right there before we get to it. A personal grading attack on a private citizen.
I think he said degrading.
Or excuse me, degrading. It was grading to me. Personal attack on a private citizen.
Right.
Degrading. Was it an attack? Is she a private citizen still?
No.
No. I mean, she's technically a private citizen.
Public figure with a GoFundMe.
There it is. She became a public figure when she put herself out there.
She became a public figure when Dianne Feinstein put her out there.
Thank you. Yeah. And she continued it.
Yeah.
Now, some of the other people have commented on their names, whatever, but they're removed from this. I would say no, they're still more of a private citizen.
Yes.
But she's going to take that money. The GoFundMe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
She's a name.
Yes.
She's a name you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still a private citizen, but she also has a public persona now, too. And if you're going to say, look at how wonderful she is. Look at her. Civic duty. She's out there as a private citizen, willing to put herself through all this. And then you say she's a private citizen in attack. She put herself in the arena, challenging the president's nominee. And what did he do? He offered a rebuke to her half testimony, inaccuracies, shoddy memory in this thing. It's not an attack. How dare you say that?
It's pointing out inconsistencies. And again, Dr. Ford could have remained far less visible had she accepted the committee's invitation for them to go to her.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they allowed her to. They said, "Look, we'll come out to you." She said, "No,
we'll do it
no,
private behind closed doors."
Yeah,
no,
she
can't
didn't
do
want
it.
that. She didn't
in
want
fact,
that.
they said over and over, a bunch of people on the left, Cory Booker and those. No, this has to be in front of the American people. Okay,
they outed her.
There you go. Number 2, he did not attack her. He laid it out. So he questions him on that. Yeah. It's an attack. Here we go.
Degrading attack on someone who's a private citizen.
You know, here's what's personally degrading. This is what you get when you go through a trailer park with a $100 bill. You see, this is not the first time this has happened.
That's actually.
Do you hear that?
Yes. Going through the trailer
he said,
park.
This is what you get when you go through a trailer park with a $100 bill. And you hear the people, no, oh my God, no, how dare you say that? Do you remember what it's from?
Yeah, that was it. Was that Clinton that said that?
No. This was James Carville.
Oh, that's right.
And who did he say it about?
It wasn't Broderick.
No, I think this was Paula Jones.
Yeah, to say that whole group
one of the women,
yes.
or all of them. I don't even think it was Monica Lewinsky. I think this was Paula Jones he said it about. But he said, this is what again, back in the day, the rabid Democrat operative, James Carville, in defending President Clinton and Hillary Clinton, the Clinton machine, and him diddling the intern in the Oval Office and lying to the American people, I did not have sex with that woman, whatever, said, when talking about these scandals, in order to disparage the women, in order to prop up Bill Clinton, said, this is what you get when you drag a $100 bill through a trailer park. That's what he said.
Yeah, and it was thought to be a reference to Paula Jones, but Carville insisted it meant Jennifer Flowers.
No, of course it didn't. And even if it did, you're still disparaging women. That's what he said. But Lindsey Graham points that out, or says it, and they all gasp because they're all young and they don't know history.
Right.
So they seem like they're they're upset about it. It seems like he's just
and they're thinking that he's the one saying that, and he's quoted. Does he later say he was quoting?
I'll play it right here, and he does. But he should have made this point even bigger. How dare you? So you think I'm saying that? You think I'm being insensitive? This is what your Democrat Party, your progressive gods have wrought in the past. Listen, okay, so I think he should have been more pointed about it. But here we go. Here's the rest of it.
See, this is not the first time this has happened.
That's actually a reference to something somebody said.
And James Carville. See,
it's a reference to something somebody said.
Yeah, let's move on. Nothing to see here.
No, who's the somebody and something at the center of this? The Clintons, because they have disrespected women. I'm just looking for consistency here, guys. I know that's crazy, but consistency. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. You do one for the other, you can do the same for the other side. Sorry, that's how it's got to be. And here it is again.
See, this is not the first time this has happened.
That's actually a reference to something somebody said.
And James Carville. See, most of y'all are too young to remember this. The bottom line is, I know what can happen to a woman who comes forward in a political environment. Dr. Ford, I thought, was treated respectfully by Miss Mitchell. I'm glad she did it. She was boring. Boring's okay. So I've been a prosecutor, most of my defense attorney and judge before I got in this business. For every woman that comes forward, God knows how many never say a word and take it to their grave. Okay. Sometimes people are accused of something they didn't do. So President Trump went through a factual rendition that I didn't particularly like, and I would tell him, knock it off. You're not helping. But it can be worse. You can actually kill somebody's cat, puncture their tires to get them to shut up. So, what he said.
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know that I understand.
This is the interviewer, the scholar from The Atlantic, who, that's something somebody says. He really didn't know the drag $100 bill. Right. Or if he did, he was trying to pass it off, right?
He was trying to blow it off.
That's also a reference to that because those are the allegations. that part of this, they had punctured her tires, killed her cat, and some other stuff back in the day. But he doesn't even remember it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember Kathleen, Willie, and Juanita Broderick. So you don't. I do.
Well, I don't remember the thing about the cat. But what's the point?
Well,
what's the point? The point is that
cat.
Donald Trump could have said something even worse, so we should be thankful.
The point is that we've come
up. And was it worse?
How is that worse?
How is it worse to saying this way when you drag a $100 bill for a trailer park that, the trashy women will do anything for it. But Trump says the woman couldn't tell where it happened, when it happened.
We've come a long way since 1990.
All right. It's fine.
No, wait a minute. Whether you like it or not, I really don't care. Here's the point. I have seen what happened to these women. In 1998, it came forward. I don't like what the president said last night. I'm the first person to say, I want to hear from Dr. Ford. I thought she was handled respectfully. I thought Kavanaugh was treated like crap.
And then he goes, boo yourself.
Well, didn't Lindsey Graham slip into something pretty?
He might be the pitcher now.
Wow.
He's moved to pitcher status, I think. Wow,
Man,
good for him.
His T levels got elevated. I'm impressed. I don't really care if you like it or not.
Right. He's spot on with that.
Yes.
And this is what I hate about this, too. And this goes to the letter and everything else. You're being disingenuous. Damn it. Stop it. All you have to do is be a little bit consistent. A little bit. You could still hang on to your ideas and your values. Stop pretending like these things didn't happen and trying to market this stuff away. What are your real goals in this thing? Atlantic, this interview, wherever the hell he is, everybody. What are your goals? What are your stated goals? Great. So are you lying to us? If your stated goals are help make things better, help women or whatever, this does not help it. The Republicans are clean on this one. Are there some issues and some problems? Sure. Are there some things in Brett Kavanaugh's past? I think he lied about drinking. I think Brett Kavanaugh likes to drink.
But when you say he lied about, what did he lie about? I heard. Well,
they went to he went through the testimony and he kept saying stuff like, "I've never drank till I blacked out. I've never been out of control." Basically, all of those really tamping it down. Maybe not an outright lie, but a misrepresentation, a mischaracterization. Fine. I don't think he was being fully honest about that. But I don't have a problem if he had been the party boy. The bigger issue is the lie.
Right.
But again, they're going after. It's a witch hunt here.
Oh,
so
definitely.
He has to, or had to, if he wants to, any possibility of getting confirmed, play that game. In other words, they set up a scenario where he really kind of had to lie if he wanted any chance. I don't like it.
Right, okay.
But the Republicans are far more clean on this thing. Right. A major announcement. Not yet. Not yet. Coming up soon.
A free exchange of ideas. Mojo 50. Conservative cartel.
Now, a CNN report noted that Feinstein has demanded the FBI inform her of everyone the agency is talking to as part of the probe into these allegations. Asked how the American public will have any confidence in the ultimate conclusions reached by the Senate following such a secret report from the FBI, Feinstein replied, "Well, let's see. I can't say because I don't know what the investigation will say." Yeah, you do. You know exactly what the investigation is going to say, Diane, and that's why you want to keep it confidential. The same CNN article reported that the California senator was joined in her calls for the results of the FBI probe to remain secret by Democrat Senator Chris Coons. How do we know Chris Coons? He's the one that made the infamous deal with Jeff Flake. Interesting how that works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Coons and Flake went on to where? 60 Minutes. Oh, kumbaya, kumbaya, yeah. Little campfire singing, right? Because everybody's in lockstep when you're liberals.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out wethepeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out wethepeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner. Wow. Hey guys, Ron Phillips from the Conservative Cartel. I want to tell you about a new weight loss product that's quickly becoming part of our Mojo 50 family. Okay, so it was launched by this Texas company who have taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. That's right. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. In a 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser, you remember that show? It showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. Rid-U-Zone, that's R-I-D-U Zone, contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. If you are struggling every day with cravings, try Rid-U-Zone. It makes it so much easier to control your appetite and not think about food all day. That's my problem. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to riduzone.com and enter code MATT. That's M-A-T-T. Again, that's riduzone.com, RIDUZONE.com. Rid-U-Zone.
We've arrived.
What do you mean?
We've hit the big time.
What are you talking about?
I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now.
Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us.
Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be?
I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves.
All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November.
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
You know, I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you know you're going to think the same way, as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on Mojo 50. All right, here's a major announcement.
What?
Okay, say you weren't paying attention.
What? There's a major announcement now?
I'm ready to make the major announcement.
All right, major announcement.
Before I get to that, though, let me just say that coming up in, about 10 minutes or so from right now, Brad Staggs will have your headlines, and then about 40 minutes from right now, your Friday leftovers on this, your Daily MoJo. So after almost 6 years or so, I've decided that it's time to part ways with the Blaze Radio Network that I've been a part of, like I said, for about 6 years or so. Mm-hmm. We've decided that it's just time to kind of go our own ways. I'm going to do my own thing over here. For years, I have really tried to work towards some other entrepreneurial type things. And after a while, you just say, you know what? Got to do this thing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Got to cast my net upon the water and see what I can come up with. Now, the difficult thing is that I have cast my net upon the waters with Brad Staggs. And that's what makes this particularly difficult. In hindsight,
which is 2020,
maybe I should have been casting with somebody else.
You should have thought that through. Is what you should have done.
It's all about learning. It's all about growing. It's all about growth.
Remember, you fail your way to the top. So consider me just one of the failures.
Oh, well, that's great then. Mm-hmm. This is fantastic.
See, it's all working out.
So I've worked with lots and lots of people over at the Blaze over the years, a lot of really good people. I first worked with Brad Staggs over there. So I've worked with a lot of different types of people, some good and some like Brad Staggs, right?
Someday I'll be a contender. Someday.
And I wish them all the best. Some of them have already left and gone on to other things, and they're doing great. And I love them, eat them up with a spoon. To the others over there, love you. Hope you do well. Thanks to the company, Glenn, everybody for helping out and supporting over the years. And I wish them the best. I'll help out any way I can in the future, as I always have. Whatever you need, just let me know and I'll do what I can. And as far as this platform goes and Spoonie.com, we are going big, big, big. We've showed and shared with you some of the ideas we've had. We've let a few little cats out of the bag here and there. We're on a bunch of different platforms, and we're adding more every day. In the next couple of months, you're going to hear some pretty big plans we have. You're going to be a part of some of the big plans. If you like freedom, if you think it's important to have your values reflected in the media, then this is where you need to be. We are proud, staunch libertarians. Most of us are pretty conservative in what we do and how we operate. But we've realized that there are some opportunities to launch a media company because there's a lot of holes out there. A lot of don't ring the bell. This is a serious one now. Okay, ring the bell. A lot of holes out there and opportunities for us to do some things that other people aren't doing. And for years, I've talked about the fact that so many people do not target young. They don't understand how the gateway works. Listen, by nature, conservatives automatically lose younger demographics because they're so serious. There's a place for that. Wonderful. But unless you bring people along, unless you start them off, hey, guess what? It's not all doom and gloom and negative and learning about the 17th Amendment and the Peloponnesian War. It's not all about that. There's some other things along the way, too, and you can have some fun with it, and that's who we are. I've always fancied myself kind of the gateway in this stuff. Guess what? We're going to tell you about conservative libertarian causes and values. We're going to go ahead and lampoon the news and discuss those things, but we're definitely going to do it in a fun and entertaining way first and foremost. And along the way, if you learn about, I don't know, maybe the alternative minimum tax and it sparks your interest, then we pass you along to the conservative cartel, for example. Matt Locke, not so much Ron Phillips, but Matt Locke certainly will tell you about those things.
Yeah.
And we grow it. And then from there, hand you off to more conservatives. And before you know it, we have actually taken back humor, entertainment. We've begun to educate younger people and welcome them into the tent. Guess what? You no longer have to be afraid. You no longer have to think that those conservatives, they don't get it. They're out of touch. They're stuffy. We're not. We're just like you. We just have some strong values and opinions about freedom. And that's where we're going to be, and that's where we're going to live. We also have a couple of tricks up our sleeves. Oh, my gosh, this is going to be so much fun in the coming year. There's going to be some people out there that maybe haven't liked me in the past.
There's a lot of people that don't like you.
I was going to kind of
address
that at this point. That'll be the next major announcement.
Okay.
That are going to be shocked. They're going to, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe he actually pulled that off. Some things that I've wanted to do and pitch to people in the past. And we're going to pull them off. In the next couple of months, within those, we're going to make those announcements, and it is going to be fantastic. We've got some other tricks up our sleeves in order to grow revenue streams that you cannot even imagine. And if you support us, we will support you. This is our pledge, and I think my track record, for those of you that's listened to me over the years, should be sterling. It should be platinum. You know that we give and give and give. We give free commercials. We promote businesses. We are selfless in these things, and we are going to continue to do that. If you support this platform, we will support you. We will be here for you, and we will be here for freedom. We will be here for veterans, and we will be here for businesses. We will be here for people that just say, I have had enough of this effing stuff today. I just need to laugh. I need somebody to tell me the truth, stand tall, and entertain me, and that's where we will be here each and every day for you on Mojo 50. Beach Week 82.
Get the shirt right now at mojo50.com.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Beach Week 82 t-shirts. By the way, that's not the trick up our sleeve. We've got much bigger tricks up our sleeves.
Huge.
Huge tricks.
And very pretty shoes. We're wearing very pretty shoes.
It's going to be big, I tell you. So, yeah, we've decided to part ways Monday morning. We will not be at the place, and that's good. Everybody gets to move on and grow. And again, I wish them the best of luck, and I'll help them out any way I can. But as we grow this, we will be here Monday morning. Monday morning right here on this platform.
By the way, I hate you for dragging me into all of this. I was blissfully
ignorant. Employment? Stardom, fame, fortune, starting a company, being a captain of industry.
So blissfully ignorant of all the idiots.
Oh, you mean the politics of it?
Washington
Oh,
and the
yeah. That's a little part of it there, buddy. That's sorry. That comes along with
I'm
it.
going to have to go on blood pressure medication.
Should we get some of the communiques?
I think that'd be a good idea. Christine said the best lesson my mom ever taught me, don't tell anyone anything you don't want everyone to know. It's how I've managed.
Wait, what?
Don't tell anyone anything you don't want everyone to know.
Let me think about it. Yes, I get what you're saying. I agree.
It's how I've managed to avoid doing or saying stupid crap over the years.
Honest to God, you cannot tell even one person.
No, because, but the beauty of telling one person is you know where it came from if it leaks. It's a valuable tool.
Unless there are gaps in their memory.
Oh, right. Well, there's
because
that,
you were
yes.
partying Beach Week 82.
Get the shirt now.
Or if you only tell one person, but that person is real close with Bill Cosby.
Right.
Putting
people with the pills.
Told them about the thing and had memory gaps.
pudding.
Right, exactly. So you don't know any of that stuff,
Yep.
right?
Exactly. Black Suit Lucky Farkin, what time is the new show on Monday?
Oh, Monday we'll be on in the morning. We'll be on regular time.
But here.
We'll replay it when you've gotten used to knowing our Mojo 50 Daily MoJo show. But we'll be on Monday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern time.
On Mojo 50.
Yes. I'm sorry. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah,
Phillips.
and then we'll replay that later in the afternoon.
Then we'll replay it.
And we'll play it again. And several times after that until you beg us to stop.
And we will be available for the home version, too.
Yeah.
If there's enough money, the home version is a possibility.
And we will stop replaying it the third time if you go on Mojo 50 and buy 1,000 shirts right now. 1,000 shirts, and we will send you 1,000 shirts.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes, if you buy a shirt, we will only play it 2 times. If you buy, you don't buy a shirt, we'll play it 3 times.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yep. Front pole Steve, or Sleeve rather, says, so will Jackhole Nation, where'd it go? There it is, migrate to the Morning Mojo on Monday at 6 a.m.?
That's a good question. That's up to you to decide. We will be here.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to make their decisions on what you like and what you don't like.
We'll have Spike Punch. We'll play Devil's Triangle. I mean, we will have so much fun.
I didn't see that on the docket.
It's a drinking game.
All right.
Good grief.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of mojo. Mojo 50. More of Doc Thompson next. Mojo 50. This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the noes are 49. The motion is agreed.
And with that, the Senate has passed a major procedural hurdle in the nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the U.S. Supreme Court. Correspondent Wally Hines has a ringside seat to today's proceedings and has an update for us live from the U.S. Senate.
The vote sets the stage for one more dramatic vote, and senators are using the time for one last pitch. Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley.
What left-wing groups and their Democratic allies have done to Judge Kavanaugh isn't nothing short of monstrous.
His Democratic counterpart on the committee, California's Dianne Feinstein.
Based on all the factors we have before us, I do not believe Judge Kavanaugh has earned this seat.
GOP leaders are feeling more confident they've got the votes as the end of this 3-month, often bitter partisan battle approaches. Bob?
That is correspondent Wally Hines joining us live from Capitol Hill. President Trump's national security advisor has unveiled the administration's long-awaited counterterrorism strategy, delivering it with some harsh words for Iran.
The United States faces terrorist threats from Iran, which remains the most prominent state sponsor of terrorism.
John Bolton, the national security advisor, calling Iran the world's central banker of international terrorism. Record imports drove the U.S. trade deficit up for the 3rd straight month in August. A look at those numbers from correspondent Jeremy House.
The Commerce Department says the trade gap increased to $53.2 billion in August from $50 billion in July. The August reading was the highest since February. Imports rose 0.6% to a record $262.7 billion. Exports slid 0.8% to $209.4 billion. The deficits in the trade of goods with China and Mexico hit records.
This correspondent Jeremy House reporting on Wall Street has been slow going. The Dow right now is down by 265 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
This is David Barton with another moment from America's history. Although education has remained an emphasis in America for nearly 200 years, what has changed the most over that period of time is the philosophy of education. For example, while religion finds no place of refuge in our schools today, such was not the case at the time of our founding fathers. In fact, when the Delaware Indian chiefs brought their youths to be trained in America's schools, on June the 12th, 1779, George Washington told them, "You do well to wish to learn our arts and our way of life, and above all, the religion of Jesus Christ. These will make you a greater and happier people than you are. Congress will do everything they can to assist you in this wise intention." According to George Washington, what students learned above all in American education at the time of the Founding Fathers was the religion of Jesus Christ.
For more information on God's hand in American history, contact Wall Builders at 1-800-8REBUILD.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
A major announcement.
Another one?
No, I just felt like saying that again.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, it's Friday Leftovers coming about a half hour from right now. And Monday morning, we will be right here on Mojo 50 from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, replayed at this time as well, sandwiching the conservative cartel.
Ooh.
Sandwiching them right up.
That sounds like a fun party game. I like that.
Absolutely.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
Indeed, these are your profound headlines brought to you by cigarandspirits.com.
Who's that?
Cigarandspirits.com.
I like both of those.
Oh, yeah, I like them a lot. Fast food is bad for you, especially Jack in the Box.
I don't buy that for a moment.
St. Louis man died in a freak accident just a couple of days ago while purchasing food at the Jack in the Box in St. Louis, according to a report there.
Wow.
Yeah,
how did he, was it the food? Was it?
Well, Charles Wood, he pulled up to the drive-thru window at an angle around 10 o'clock at night, so he needed to open the car door and lean out to pick up his order. But as he reached for his food, the car accelerated backward, pinned him against a tree. He died.
What?
Yeah.
What did he reach out for?
He reached out for his food. He had to open the door of his car to reach out for his food, and as he did that, his foot slipped over the accelerator pedal. Apparently, the car.
Maybe you pull a little closer to the window.
That's one way to not get killed trying to order fast food. He suffered neck injury, torso, legs. He's dead, and it's all because of Jack in the Box.
Well, I don't mean to be insensitive here, but
yeah.
What happened to the food?
That's a really good question. If he had it in his hand at that point, it would have gotten smashed against the tree with him.
No, not necessarily. He could have been stretched out.
He could have dropped it on the way. In which case, the back tires could have run over the food. So, either way, I did.
Now, if I'm in that situation and I'm nearby, I am absolutely calling 911, and I am going to help this man. I am going to start offering. I mean, I have some remedial CPR training. I will start CPR. I will be on the phone with them, and I will stay there until those paramedics come.
Right.
And then I'm taking the food.
Well, you don't want it to go to waste.
Why should it go to waste?
Waste not, want not.
And as exciting as this moment would be, and I'm focused trying to help this guy, there would be fleeting thoughts of, I wonder if those are the tacos.
Yeah. See that? And
is it the sourdough jack?
That would be the nice surprise you'd get once you open the bag. See, it would be like a little reward for doing a good citizen. Just saying. Moving on to other news, school resource officer has been, allegedly they used a taser to wake up a sleeping student. Is that wrong?
No, not at all.
The incident in question happened last month at the Liberty Prep School, a charter school in Smithville, Ohio. Junior Cameron Kosnak had fallen asleep during his learning lab class, which is described as the school study hall, and refused to wake up even for his teacher and the principal. Officer Marissa Buskowski, the school's resource officer, was brought into the room. Buskowski brandished her taser without warning and then arced it, meaning she set off a sound but didn't eject the barbs. Thought it was a joke. The sound of the taser and the ensuing commotion was enough to wake up Kasumi.
No, this is a fail. I was with you when I thought you actually zapped her.
Yeah. She didn't hit him with the taser,
hit him, excuse
but
me.
she arced it. She arced the taser right
Why
at
are they
him.
upset about that?
Hello, this is the same same society that can't have clapping anymore because people have auditory whatever.
Okay,
it is.
no.
So, can you imagine you're sitting there sleeping and you awake to the sound of what sounds like 1,000,000 volts of electricity, probably right next to his ear, I'm guessing.
Here's what I do know. You taser one kid for sleeping or not listening in class.
Right.
And the school and society and everybody gets your back, right? You do that, you never have a problem in the future.
That's true. And that's true in society. All we got to do is hang one scumbag. Hang one in the, and you can't do it at night on a Friday when no one's watching. That's what they do with all these executions. Now they're doing late night. Nobody, and the next day, you see it in the news. You do it at high noon on the courthouse steps. That's what you do.
Done. One time.
Yep. Public service announcement now. 58,000 pregnancy tests have been recalled over wrong result fears. If you're in the UK and you think you may or may not have been pregnant, well...
Wow, they put the yuck in UK.
Yes, they certainly did. It comes after, they say, a small number of false positive results from people using clear and simple digital pregnancy tests.
This is horrible. This is so horrible. To mistake it either way is horrible, but I got to tell you, horrible and funny. There is a fine line between horrible and funny.
So, all those calls you made to your friends and, your parents telling them when you're 16 and you're pregnant, you may not be. But the cat's already out of the bag there. Yep. They said,
can you imagine how ticked you would be? You're like, I got to tell him, Mom, Dad,
you've been having sex?
Right. And then it's like,
hey, Mom, Dad,
it was all a big joke.
I was kidding. Yeah, but you already told us you had. No,
that was part of the joke.
Yeah.
So my, somebody I know, a woman I know, will call her a distant relative.
Because she's a
close relative.
Yeah.
We'll call her a distant relative. Became impregnated out of wedlock at 19. 18 or 19, just out of high school. And another person in her family had been through something similar. And there are three sisters in the family. The eldest has this happen. Then the youngest has it happen like 18, 19. When this youngest one becomes impregnated, they go to their father and say, I got something to tell you, whatever. And the father responds first, is this some sort of joke? No, it's not.
Trifecta.
And then he turns to the middle daughter and says, what the hell's the matter with you? Are you sterile? That's called lashing out because you're upset. And then,
wow,
when the boyfriend shows up, it was in your face. What the hell are you going to do about this? The show is on.
Right.
Now, the funny thing is they have been married now 3 years.
I have a very similar situation with someone that I happen to know. And it was the teen years and they are still married to this day,
funny?
some 30 odd years later or close to it. So the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah. Dad didn't take it well. I mean, their dad did not take it well.
Right. By the way, anyone who's purchased the affected test is advised to seek alternative testing methods. Gee, thanks for that one.
Wow, okay.
And return the affected tests to their pharmacy or shop. The thing is, if it tested positive, how do you know if it's not? So, in other words, double check your results.
You're going to return the affected one?
Apparently.
Okay,
well, you got to get your $5 back. I would, yes, at that point.
Wouldn't you just take their word for it? You don't publicize it. You just, if they come in and go, hey, this test, do you want them returning that wand? Here you go. Here's the stick that I peed on. Thanks. Here's $5.
There is a select group of the population out there that would welcome that stick.
Holy moly, you're right.
Just so you know.
Yeah, by the way, if you are interested in buying those, we can provide them in the future at mojo50.com. Yep. Beach Week 82.
Get the shirt now. A mom has claimed that United Airlines flight attendant scolded her for her crying baby.
I'm trying to think if that's a problem.
I don't think that's a problem at all.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let me think. What she said and how she said it and the circumstances could be. Well, I mean, if you're a mom, you can't always control it.
United Airlines apologized after new mother said a flight attendant told her it was absolutely unacceptable for her 8-month-old to be crying for more than 5 minutes during the flight.
No, sorry, you can't. You don't know.
I can't condone it, but I can understand it because there is nothing worse than being on a plane or a bus or any vehicle with a crying baby.
No, absolutely.
Especially if it's not mine.
Right, even if it's yours, it's horrible.
Yes.
But yeah, especially if it's not. The problem is, a lot of times you can't control it as a parent.
Right.
I mean, sometimes if you're just like, just give them the pacifier. Why have you chosen this flight to suddenly decide to wean them off of the pacifier?
The worst is when one of the kids is kicking a seat and you hear the parent go, "Oh, no, Johnny,
stop.
Johnny, we
stop.
don't do that.
Don't do Johnny's
Johnny, don't do that.
Right.
Come on, Mommy said stop."
Now, that's different. You're absolutely right. That's one where you slap the kid and you're like, knock it off.
Yeah. Do it again. We're throwing you out of the plane. Oh, and to make matters worse, this was a flight from Sydney, Australia to San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh. Long flight.
That is a long flight. The airline did, in fact, pay $28.99 for the in-flight Wi-Fi just so that she could basically occupy the kid with something else.
Yeah.
Keep your kids quiet. That's the bottom line.
I love the flights where you can program the stuff, pull up any movie or old show.
Oh, yeah.
Those are so nice.
Yep. And the flying still sucks.
Sure.
Royal Caribbean has issued refunds to passengers that were horrified by scantily clad women dancing on deck at the huge Bucks party.
Wait, what?
Yep, there was a huge Bucks party at Royal Caribbean. The international companies apologized to passengers who had their cruise going experience ruined by 1,300 rowdy conference attendees whose idea of fun was reportedly entailed bringing burlesque dancers and women dressed as Playboy bunnies to swarm public areas of the vessel. I personally do not see a problem with that if they were hot.
I'm going to recuse myself.
It was the Indian Tobacco Company.
Isn't that racist?
That's the name of the company.
I'm sorry, the country. India.
Yes,
Indian. Got you. Okay.
That would be dot, not feather.
Dot, not feather. Thank you.
1,300 employees from that company set off in Sydney again. The Sun reported the employees took over the pool deck, bars, bingo halls, and buffets. You know, the big 3 Bs of a cruise.
Oh, that's always
bars, fun. Bingo halls, and buffets.
Did I see a blurb where people said
that's a blurb?
That people were just leaving their door open like it was a Sodom and Gomorrah type fest, and people were afraid to walk by because they may peer in and see something.
I didn't see that part, but
I think I saw a blurb. I didn't read everything you shared, so maybe it's a second cruise.
It didn't say anything about that, but I wonder, do you have to pay extra for that?
It should be. By the way, so these people got their money back.
Yeah,
and
they
they're gonna,
did.
Right. So what this shows me is we need to actually plan a cruise like this and market it that way.
Kidding.
Beach Week 82 is what we're calling it.
Get the shirt now.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me mojo or give me death. Mojo 50.
Hey, are you tired of the bar scene? Tired of trying to meet people that maybe you just don't know? I'll tell you what, I'm a classic example of online dating. I met my beautiful wife online on a dating platform, and you can too. Check out wethepeople.dating. There's a better way for all of you single guys and you ladies out there. You know what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner ought to be your number one goal, just like the Constitution. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, if you're looking for someone, you don't have any time, you've got a computer, you've got an internet, you can start browsing wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner shouldn't be a mantra, it should be a goal. For the love of people and people of love. Listen to Matlock. Check out wethepeople.dating.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah, it
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends and business. And of course, we'll be spotlighting business, as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Mosier will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have...
Somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth. And that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks. No chaser. No marches. No protest. Only small, limited government, constitutional conversations. Exclusively on Mojo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on Mojo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on Mojo 50. Live free.
Wait till I share this with you later on. This is an envelope.
You're going to share? I hope it has money in it.
I've got something to tell you about this envelope.
It's going to be Karnak?
Oh, no. It's far more significant than that.
Oh, good.
Wait till I show you this envelope coming up in a little while. All right, continuing your headlines, Brad Staggs.
Which are brought to you by Cigar and Spirits Magazine's annual Texas Cigar and Spirits Tasting. Brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars. If you want to experience some fabulous cigars and some great spirits, or as I like to call it, booze, because I'm upscale, make sure that you go to cigarandspirits.com. It's happening on Saturday, October 20th from 5:30 to 9:30 in Fort Worth. And you can be a part of the camaraderie, friendly atmosphere, booze, and cigars.
Sounds fantastic.
Cigarandspirits.com. It is National Do Something Nice Day, which, you know what? After this past few weeks, I think this is an important thing to realize. If everybody would just do something nice
I'm going to go ahead and say you sharing that with us was kind of nice.
It was nice. So I've done my duty, so you go out there and pay
it'd be nicer if you did something else, but, if you want to do the bare minimum.
You could write it on the back of a $20 bill and hand it to you.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, 100, but.
It was on this
How
day.
How nice do you want to be?
Not very.
Okay.
I'm saying because that's what
Sounds
the
like
script said. I really don't give a crap.
Sounds like you're just going through the motions there, Brad.
Yep, that's me, going through the motion stags. 1947 on this day, the first of this happened. 1947.
The
year of our
first
Lord.
of these happened.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Hang on. Nancy Pelosi first got her first Social Security check. No, that would have been a couple years.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yep. It was the first presidential speech on television. Harry Truman addressing the television audience. 1947.
Wow, that's interesting.
And they haven't shut up since.
No.
They just keep talking and saying.
You ever heard his speech about them dropping the atomic bombs? It's amazing.
Yeah, the day. That wasn't the day that would live on in infamy. That was
that was
Harbor.
the Pearl Harbor on the other. But when he says it and he tries to, it's so wonderful because I wasn't around. The country was so innocent of what this stuff was, and he tries to explain what this weapon is.
Right.
No one had ever even heard the term. They couldn't even conceptualize it.
Right.
And he says a line something like, "It utilizes the power of the sun of what powers the sun, basically,"
which is incomprehensible.
And I know it's amazing though, but he uses the phrase something like, "The Japanese have been paid back tenfold." It's an awesome speech. Yeah.
Well, in 2011. Guess who left the planet?
2011?
2011 on this day.
I don't know.
Steve Jobs. It has been 7 years since Steve Jobs died, and Apple has gone downhill ever since. Just saying.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet's 42 today. Bernie Mac would have been 61, but he's been dead for 10 years, so he's not around.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
it's
been
a long time.
10 years. And Abru Sosa is 24 today.
Abru Sosa?
Abru Sosa.
Are you serious?
24 years old today.
Wow.
I know. It's amazing.
Well, by the way, for those of you who don't know, please share with them.
I mean, come on.
I understand. It's just some people.
Abru Sosa is an Instagram star with more followers and more money than we will ever have.
Is that documented?
It doesn't need to be.
Technically
it is. You just look at his subscribers. He's got more than us. And
for now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Wait till next season, Abru.
That's right.
Our Friday Freak of the Week is Instagram user, we'll just call him Schultzy. He's asking young boys to send him pictures of their hands.
Is that wrong? Should he have not done that?
He made the bizarre request to junior high age youngsters in Indiana, according to the police department there.
Is he paying them?
He claimed to be a student of a high school in Pennsylvania, with one screenshot obtained by police showing him asking, "Can you send me pictures of your hands?" I mean, what is wrong with it? Feet, hands? If you're gonna make an ask like this,
I'm
go big or go home.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's a market for this.
Well, yes. The short answer is yes.
I mean, a market isn't like, can I make money off of it?
There's 4 billion people in the world?
So let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. You find out that there's a website that'll pay for pictures of young boys, girls, whatever hands as the case may be.
Right.
Just a hand.
Just a hand.
Nothing else. And to show any other part of the body, not their face, their name, none of this stuff. And they're paying handsomely for pictures of their hands.
Could you do it with a straight face?
Do you sell pictures of your kids' hands?
Wow. Ron
saying no, but
Ron, what do you think?
You know, the biggest question here, first off, is how much are they paying?
Right. Let's say it's $1,000, Ron. You going to send him pictures of your kids' hands?
No, because in my mind, it's still a sexual thing.
I didn't say anything.
I don't care.
I did not say it was anything.
I don't care. That's just me.
Schultz replied, because I like shaking hands.
See?
Whatever.
So it's just him. He wants
How dare you, Ron?
You know what? You're never taller than when you stoop to shake the hand of a small child.
Brad, let's say they're offering you $100,000 for a couple pictures of your kids' hands.
Johnny, get over here. Show me your hands. Click.
Well, no, because I also look at it this, Ron, and I see what you're saying. You go, okay. They're going to pay $100,000 for the pictures of hand. This pays for your kids' college fund. You go ahead and put the $50,000 away for the kids' college fund, right?
So, Dad,
you say, listen,
Dad, how'd you get
send me the
$100,000
$100,000 check, and you put the $50,000 away for their college fund.
You're going to be explaining that to little Johnny one day. Johnny, your college was funded with your hands.
Hopefully you've raised them right where you could just, they won't even, they'll be like, gotcha.
Some people do a lot of things for money.
Well, hell, I'm
By
one
some
of
people,
those.
you mean me?
I don't know what's the big deal
I was waiting
there.
for the,
There was an awful lot of silence while y'all thought about it.
What else you got
what's
there?
the point? Yes,
Yep.
I'll do just about anything.
I understand what you say because you really are, even if it's
Creepy.
not identifiable, you can't identify their
Just know,
hands.
You know what they're doing with those hands, the pictures. And that's
Even if
just
they're
creepy.
not, even if they don't go like, whoop, right? It's just, it's still you selling something of your child, a picture, even its
right.
hands. You're not going to be able to identify via
Let's
their
up
hands.
the game with Ron. $1 million, Ron. $1 million for a picture of your kid's hands.
Look, I will do a lot of things for money.
Would you do that? $1 million?
I'm just going to leave it there.
What about if the kid?
So we now know his price.
Price,
We
that's
now
what-
know producer Ron's price.
What do you
Throw
take
that
me
money
for?
on the table in cash and let's talk.
$1 million. What do you? What do you take me for? Well, we know what you are. Now we're just haggling over price.
Hell,
right?
I'll take pictures of other people's kids if you're going to pay me $1 million per set.
Yeah, I mean, what if your kid comes to you and goes, "Hey, there's this thing. If I just submit my hands, it's $50,000."
That's a valuable lesson you're
You
going to
sit
teach
him
your
down,
kid.
you explain what this means to him, and you say, "How much is my cut?" Before I give you the.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, good to go.
Just saying. Let's leave that on the high note. Those are your headlines.
All right, stand by. Your Friday leftovers. What you've been waiting for all day. Coming up next on this Mojo 50.
The Radio Revolution. Mojo 50. Doc Thompson. Mojo 50.
Imagine this, Brad. You're an advisor to a president. You're one of the people that are deciding what to do when all of a sudden you have definitive proof that there is an inbound nuclear missile headed for, let's say, Los Angeles, or a couple of them, one heading to Chicago, whatever it is. And there you are. You're sitting there in the room and they say, "Mr. President, we have proof that within 30 minutes, nuclear missiles will rain down upon these couple of cities. What do we do about those people in the cities? 30 minutes, Mr. President."
You warn them, pandemonium breaks
And nobody gets out. Right.
You know what this does, though? You get the 30-minute warning. You walk down the hall. "Hey, Mary, I've thought you were hot for about 10 years now, and I've watched you from afar. We got 30 minutes.
I'd like to watch you from a close now.
I'd like to watch you naked on the desk."
I'm going to go all Kavanaugh on you.
So that's what that is what the 30-minute warning does for you.
Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's
using
amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called Riduzone, RIDUZone.com, RIDUZone.com. Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to riduzone.com and try today. You're going to love it. Riduzone.com. Remember that, RIDUZone.com.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out wethepeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out wethepeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. Wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
The Adrian Slade Show. Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. You know, that That's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests from both parties are involved in this situation.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
And now, Doc Thompson presents the Friday Leftovers.
These are the great stories we didn't get to earlier in the week, so we will get to them now. A man walked into an Volusia County Krispy Kreme. That's in Florida.
Uh-oh.
He walks into the Krispy Kreme and demanded money and donuts.
I was going to say.
He said to the clerk, "Give me 10s and 20s from the register and some donuts." The clerk just stood there. He didn't have a gun. He wasn't doing anything threatening. He just, "Give me 10s and 20s from the register and some donuts." She just stood there, shocked, and then called over a coworker. And he said to the coworker, "Give me 10s and 20s from the register and some donuts." He didn't have a weapon, so the coworker, too, just stood there for a second and then called over a third coworker.
Kind of a meeting, a little staff meeting.
The third coworker walked up and the man said, "Give me 10s and 20s and some donuts." The third worker said, just get out of here. Just leave. So the guy fled on foot. And by fled, I mean he casually sauntered out of the Krispy Kreme. Hung out in front for a few minutes.
Wow.
Strolled down the street. See, during that time that he was walking out, casually strolling, standing out front, those three coworkers called the police. And they showed up, and it was pretty easy to find the guy because he was right there.
Right. Sauntering through the parking lot at that point.
They found him right nearby. He admitted to asking for 10s and 20s, but denied trying to steal donuts. He said he was just trying to get a donut from the secret menu.
They have a secret menu?
I don't know, but we got to find out.
Oh, crap. This could be the major announcement.
Krispy Kreme has a secret. I know a lot of places do. I just didn't know they did.
I had no idea.
I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't, Brad. It's a secret. Obviously, it remained a secret. Because he didn't get any donuts.
And technically, what crime did he commit? Think about it. He just asked them for 10s and 20s and donuts. He didn't say, "I'm not going to pay for it."
Brad, I think you got me on this one. If I'm on the jury and you present that, first of all, I'm going to be really caught up in the whole donuts thing, the secret menu.
Yeah.
My mind's swirling, and then you're right. Let's get the hell out of here. You're not guilty. Let's get some donuts.
Yes. Just saying.
45-year-old Swati Wright is facing one charge of robbery. Pro criminal tip number 1389. It helps to have a weapon when demanding 10s and 20s and donuts.
Yeah, sadly, that's what we've come to in this world.
Sadly, you're right.
It really is sad.
26-year-old Amanda Peters in Kentucky.
Is that really her name?
Amanda Peters gave an officer a fake name after she was tracked down on an outstanding warrant. Officers then traced Peters to a local house and entered the home with an arrest citation. So she chose Peters.
I choose Peters.
My name is Amanda. Amanda Peters. Peters tried to hatch an ingenious plan to avoid the cops. Yes, she came up with an ingenious plan.
As ingenious as the name.
First, she locked herself in the bathroom. But the cops were able to get inside.
They'll never find me in the bathroom.
They found her and they got inside. Then she came up with another plan. She intentionally released her bowels in an upward motion with purposeful direction at this deputy, causing said bodily waste to land on the face, arms, and legs of this deputy. If it sounded kind of cumbersome and awkward the way I explained that, that was the quote from the police report. Wow. Let me give that to you again.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that one more.
She tries to lock herself in the bathroom. Cops bust in there. Aha, another plan. They won't take me if I did, say on the police report, she intentionally released her bowels in an upward motion with purposeful direction at this deputy, causing said bodily waste to land on the face, arms, and legs of this deputy.
Wow. Which means she wasn't wearing any pants.
She's like a carnival trick.
Yes.
What?
How do you do that?
With an upward motion of purposeful, she can aim it?
She must have been doing the French mistake while she did it. Hands on your hips, give him a twist, and then just with the up. Well, even that would be tough. That would be tough.
You know what? I've got it. I'm going to give her a 10. I am going to give her a full 10 just for the difficulty level. I mean, the degree of difficulty, you got to give her a 10 on this then.
Did you say difficulty?
Let's move on.
Okay.
She was charged with third-degree assault of an officer, resisting arrest, given a false ID, ID theft of another without consent, theft by unlawful taking, disposition of $10,000 or more.
I'm just impressed the cops were able to follow the Peters tracks all the way to where she was.
It is impressive, is it not?
Yeah. Just saying.
An attempted burglary in Sweetland, Maryland went terribly wrong, and now the cops are calling the perp the bad luck bandit. So it was an attempted burglary in Maryland, went terribly wrong. They're calling him the bad luck bandit. The suspect used a brick to shatter the glass door to get inside a waiting area of a takeout restaurant.
All right, makes sense.
Takes the brick, shatters the door, goes in the waiting area, and then realizes that he's got to get into the back room. That's where the valuables are, not the little vestibule there.
Yeah.
You got to get all the way in there.
Tougher to get
So he takes the brick, and he tosses the brick at the window. But it did not break.
Thick glass.
Yeah, the front door is regular glass. This is, unbeknownst to him, bulletproof glass.
So it's not brick-proof glass.
It was pretty much brick-proof glass. He threw it the first time, it bounces off.
Oh, boy.
Then he tried it again, and it didn't break a second time. So he threw it a third time.
Ow.
You know what's coming here?
Yeah.
What happened?
He took the brick in the face.
Yes, it bounced off the glass and nails him in the head. Now, the video is floating out there in the Twitterverse, in the universe, YouTube, Facebook. It's out there, baby.
Wow.
It bounces off the glass because they had the surveillance footage.
Right.
Hits him in the head. He immediately drops to his knees in pain, tries to get back to his feet, and then is like, nope, I'm out. Laid on the ground for several minutes before eventually getting up, staggering out of the building. Police are looking for him now. You see it?
Yeah.
Dude, he is down, right?
That's because he just hit himself in the head with a brick.
He's like, well, and you know the third time, you really put it in some...
Yeah. Number one, number two.
Bonk! He was... Dude, it's
That's
like...
funny.
He was full pitcher. Like, he was out of the stretch, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, you're off balance for a minute. It comes off the bat. Pow, right?
Yep. That is a dumb criminal right there.
He's like Herb Score.
Uh-huh.
That's for my Cleveland peeps out there.
That's wow.
Yeah, so why don't you tweet that out there?
It's on Facebook right now.
Let's go to the Mojo Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Mojo50 Radio, and we'll tweet it out in a minute as well. Continue your Friday leftovers. 28-year-old Brenton Thurman. I'm sorry. With a name like Brenton Thurman, I believe it's appropriate to say it like this. It's Brenton Thurman. He was arrested for paying off court fines using stolen credit cards and bank info.
Okay.
He paid off his court fines with a stolen credit card. He paid the DuPage County Clerk's Office in Illinois a total of about $6,000. In addition to paying his own fines, he paid other people's fines too.
Can I bring up a valid point?
Yeah.
Why would you want to pay fines with your own money?
Yeah, see, here's the thing, though. They're gonna track that down, and not only catch you, which they did, they're then going to charge you with fraud, which they did.
Man, it's always the details that get you.
So he paid other people's fines. I don't know if he said, I'll give you a discount or they didn't have a credit. I'll take care of it for you.
Right.
But he kept their money and paid off the fines with the stolen credit card. I don't know how that scam worked.
Well, so he paid other people's fines so
he paid his own,
yeah,
and then he paid theirs as well.
Yeah, so they technically didn't commit a crime then, did they?
No, they did not.
So I wonder if they got away with their fines paid.
No, they're still going to.
I mean, they got paid, so isn't that like double jeopardy? Paid them once.
No, I mean, it's just a matter of if they took the money back out of the court and paid off the credit card or whatever. I don't know, but they're not going to be charged as he will. His bond said at $100,000.
Wow, that's stiff.
Sunday night, an Indian River sheriff's deputy. Indian River is a county in the state of Florida.
Well,
Indian River sheriff's deputy found a 57-year-old man in the parking lot of a Sam's Club lying on the curb. He was disoriented and groggy. He appeared to be intoxicated and was slurring his words. He had peed in his pants. He stumbled and staggered as the officer led him to the cruiser. When the officer asked him his name, he replied, F you, a-hole, that's my name. Turns out that's not his name.
I was going to say, is you his middle name?
No. And by the way, it also turns out that police officers don't like that.
They really don't. They don't find it amusing.
Yeah, they arrested him. A few hours earlier, they determined another cop had found him hanging out in the same parking lot, carrying an open can of beer. He was panhandling and trying to flag down cars and was asked to leave. When they said, when they arrested him, why didn't you leave? We talked to you earlier. He said, well, I had to get some sleep. What are you talking about?
Again, he's got a little common sense.
I'll give you a little, sure.
He knew he had to get some rest, and he knew not to give them his real name.
Telford Exotic Zoo in Shropshire, UK.
Beautiful this time of year.
Shropshire, United Kingdom. The Telford Exotic Zoo built a new penguin exhibit. When the penguins didn't come, they just put plastic ones in there. After months and months of preparation, they were told that a national outbreak of avian malaria. Wow, that's bad too.
Oh, I tell you, you don't want to bring that one home to the kids.
No, that's bad.
Shoo.
They said there's a national outbreak of avian malaria. A bunch of penguins have died, so we're not going to be sending any penguins there, Telford Exotic Zoo. So they just went in and put up 6 plastic penguins.
Wow. Anybody notice?
A couple people noticed. It's the project, this new penguin exhibit, is the biggest and most expensive project ever for the zoo. The community was thrilled. So they're excited to get there.
The pride of the community.
It really was. The zoo said, well, we're using the plastic model so children can still see and learn about penguins. They said it's specially made for penguins and it's not suitable for anything else, so we had no other alternative. At least the kids will still be able to learn about penguins.
Yeah.
Idiots. They should have just put up pictures.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, Freedom. Mojo 50.
We've arrived.
What do you mean?
We've hit the big time.
What are you talking about?
I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now.
Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us.
Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be?
I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves.
All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November.
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
You know, I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
Hey guys, it's Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. You know, everyone lives with a little bit of pain, but living with diabetes can be a real pain. While you may have to test your blood sugar and take insulin, ordering your testing supplies shouldn't be one more pain you have to deal with. At least it's not when you work with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to your home when you need them. Gone are the days of visiting multiple stores to find the right strips, waiting in long lines to purchase your supplies, or sorting through your insurance requirements to figure out what they cover. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive saves you time and money. Plus, they're pretty fun to work with, too. So why don't you give Diathrive a chance to show you there's a better way to manage your diabetes? They're so convinced that you'll love their service that they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code MATT, that's M-A-T-T, at checkout. Be sure to head out to the web right now and check these guys out. It's Diathrive.com.
The Conservative Cartel.
Now, a CNN report noted that Feinstein has demanded the FBI inform her of everyone the agency is talking to as part of the probe into these allegations. Asked how the American public will have any confidence in the ultimate conclusions reached by the Senate following such a secret report from the FBI, Feinstein replied, well, let's see. I can't say because I don't know what the investigation will say. Yeah, you do. You know exactly what the investigation is going to say, Diane, and that's why you want to keep it confidential. The same CNN article reported that the California senator was joined in her calls for the results of the FBI probe to remain secret by Democrat Senator Chris Coons. How do we know Chris Coons? He's the one that made the infamous deal with Jeff Flake. Interesting how that works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Coons and Flake went on to where? 60 Minutes. Oh, kumbaya, kumbaya, yeah. Little campfire singing, right? Because everybody's in lockstep when you're liberals.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you know you're going to think the same way, as far, from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Continuing Friday leftovers now. On Thursday evening, a motorcyclist in Florida, that's Florida, state of Florida,
yeah,
had a run-in with a fake cop.
Wait, a fake?
Fake cop.
What's a fake cop?
Like someone pretending to be a cop.
So
yeah.
A real person. I'm picturing like a sign on the side.
No. A real person pretending to be a police officer.
Gotcha. All right.
And he was pretty sure it was not a real police officer. There were some indicators.
Okay.
I would like to share some of those indicators with you now.
All right.
And as I share them, ask yourself if this would have been a tip-off to you.
Okay. All right.
First of all, he wasn't in a marked car.
I mean, there's a lot of unmarked cars.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah,
he was driving a silver pickup truck, an old one. It's kind of ratty.
Okay.
It cut the motorcyclist off in traffic and then tried to run him off the road.
Yeah, that would be a big.
Is that a tip-off?
That would be I'd say
would
that's a sizable tip.
Would that at least be the first flag where you're like, well,
yeah, he's it's conduct not becoming.
And then there was the second indicator.
All right.
When the motorcyclist escaped into the left lane. Stopped for the
right.
What the hell? He's in the left lane.
Right.
The driver of the pickup truck leaped out, walked towards him. He was wearing camouflage shorts and a fluorescent green shirt.
So not your typical police officer garb.
I mean, they dress undercover at times, but the two of them together, you're like, this is odd.
Yeah, it's starting to tickle some nerve endings.
Number 3, the pickup truck driver identified himself by saying, "I, the police."
Yeah, that would be a big indicator.
No, they identify themselves as a cop.
No, generally a police officer will say, "I am an officer with the local police department."
I, the police.
I, the police. That's generally what comes out of the mouth of a drunk idiot.
Then indicator number 4, he flashed a plastic toy sheriff's badge. I, the police, hear my plastic toy badge.
Here be my badge.
Yeah, the motorcyclist was kind of tipped off and said, "This guy's a cop there."
No.
The fake cop grabbed the motorcyclist's arms, tried to arrest him.
Well, that could be a problem. That could be a big problem.
The motorcyclist said, "Don't touch me," pushed the faux cop away. So the faux cop tore the rider's license plate off the bike. I'm confiscating this.
Actually, that's hard to do.
It is. I don't know if it was a paper one or whatever, but he tore it off.
Wow.
Now, a witness saw what was going on, snapped a picture of the truck's license plate, reported it to the actual popo. The police tracked it to 65-year-old Roger Jimenez, who said when they arrived at his house.
When they arrived, did they say, "I, the police"?
They said, "I, the police." No, they actually said, "We cops." When they got to his house, he said, "Hey, we heard this. You got your license?" What? He said, "Yes, there was an altercation. Yes, I admit that." He said he saw my motorcycle going 80 miles per hour and driving reckless. So he just stopped to talk about what was going on.
I just wanted to talk to him.
Tell him you're going a little fast.
Yes. It was my civic duty.
The cop said, "All right, so what about this I, the police and toy badge?" He said, No. I did not pull a plastic toy badge on, show it to the guy. They searched his truck and they found a plastic toy badge in the cup holder. That seemed like an indicator.
Let me guess. That's not mine. That's not mine.
No.
I don't know how that got there. That ain't mine.
He responded, "That not my."
Badge not mine.
Badge not me.
Wow.
He was charged with impersonating a cop, burglary, with battery, and theft.
Not well.
I, the police. Badge.
He really should take some maybe acting classes if he's going to do that in the future.
There are a shocking number of people who pretend to be police. It's creepy. A couple who had been dating for about a year met up for a date one evening and decided to go to a hotel for some privacy.
Oh my.
So they called an Uber. When the car showed up and they got inside, that's where the trouble began. The driver, as it turns out, is the woman's husband.
Wow.
See, when I said dating, they were dating. But she was married and dating someone else. That's called an affair. She was cheating on him.
Yeah, you want to kind of keep that low key in most situations.
Yeah, you don't want your husband to drive you to your hotel room for the evening. Yeah, he was the husband. Yes, she was cheating on him and mistakenly called her husband for a ride. See, he hadn't told her that he was moonlighting as an Uber driver.
Ta-da! Surprise!
She also didn't recognize the car because it was a friend's car that he had borrowed. So the three exited the vehicle, and it went down. The men began fighting on the street. Eventually, the fight was stopped. It went down. Eventually, the fight was stopped, and the woman left with her lover.
Whoa! Didn't see that one coming.
What kind of review do you give for that?
You know, I think...
Do you tip them? Just a tip. That's all I'm asking for.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you do tip the driver in that case because she obviously wasn't satisfied.
An Uber passenger in India claims that his driver was so drunk.
How drunk was he?
He had to take the wheel and drive himself home.
Wow.
Yeah, he tweeted that when he got in, immediately realized the driver was a different person from the one indicated in the app, and he realized the guy was drunk, so he pushed him over, decided to drive himself home. Then he tweeted about it. Twitter banned the driver, and Uber banned the driver, and they shared the message with the guy via Twitter. So what kind of review do you give for that?
Yeah, that's not going to be a good one either.
Not going to be good either.
No. Yeah.
Oh, hello there. Hello there.
We're back.
I was like, why is your mic still on? I was looking around.
We're back.
Planning these things.
We're back. This is the bonus. This is the bonus segment.
Yeah, see, I forgot to make sure I had a bonus bonus leftover for this.
Well, that's
So I
okay
figured this
because
out.
we have communiques.
Okay, well, we'll get to those now. Yeah, tell us what you've learned with the hashtag what I've learned today, especially if you learned something about the Friday leftovers, but any of them are fine.
Yeah, let's see. Front pull sleeve tweeted in the Lovers Triangle Uber story. We're sure that somebody's getting a tip. It just someone else is getting the shaft.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the problem
It
with
is,
it, right?
yeah, someone's gonna get screwed in that deal because it's just
Exactly.
It's not. We don't recommend.
Can you imagine,
ever.
though?
Horrible.
This would absolutely happen to me. And it wouldn't happen to me like, all right, me and the lover are going to get in the car. Oops, there's her husband.
You'd be the driver.
I would be the driver. Actually, that is a great question. Who are you in that scenario? Are you the wife, the lover, or the driver, husband?
I'm going to be the guy standing off to the side, just filming the whole thing. That's who I am I'm going to be the woman.
No, who would you be likely in that? You're the driver.
Yeah. If I'm not the woman, I'm the driver.
You might be the lover. I see you as the woman later. Ron, are you the woman who's cheating in that scenario? Are you the lover she's cheating with? Or are you the husband being cheated on that has him pop in the old Uber and you're like, hey, what's up, y'all?
I'm a lover.
Are you the lover? I can see a little of that. Based on my track record, I'm the son of a mother pus bucket.
It would just be, it would just be your luck. It would.
And I know how it would play out too. I know I can see it.
Pull up.
They would hop in, and I would see them. I would quickly, and I know they'd be like,
yeah, they'd be all over each other.
Take us to the Marriott, right? And not paying any attention to me.
Yep.
And I would realize what's going on, and it would be like Matthew Broderick in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where you look at the camera, break the fourth wall.
Yep.
In my life, I would just look over and be like, huh. So,
the good that you don't say anything at that point. Just drive him to the hotel. Drive him all the way to the hotel and just, hey, before you get, honey, could you pick up some milk on the way home? And then just let him out and then drive away. Because that would mess with her. That would ruin her whole night. If you just didn't say anything. Because you get out and fight, that nobody wins.
No. What are you kicking his butt for?
Yeah.
He's not the biggest one at fault.
No. So if you throw out a line like that and drive away, that leaves them both standing there going, holy.
You could do that, or you could also, in what was it, the breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
Where she starts dating while he's at the house. And he goes, what you want to do is go 2 Appletinis. You don't give her 3 because she gets a little sloppy, right? Sloppy, one's not quite enough. And they get to the bar and he's like, she'll have an Appletini.
Yeah, that's the way.
Our mojo runneth over. Mojo 50. More of Doc Thompson next. Mojo 50. This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Senate appears poised to confirm Brett Kavanaugh to the U.S. Supreme Court.
The pieces of the puzzle beginning to fall in place after this morning's critical vote to move forward. Arizona's Jeff Flake considered a key swing vote, says he will vote yes unless something big happens. Another key vote, Maine's Susan Collins, plans to announce her vote later today. Earlier, she voted to advance the nomination.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting the all-important confirmation vote is set for this weekend. National Security Advisor John Bolton says the national strategy for counterterrorism, which has now been updated, has several points of focus.
Pursuing terrorists to their source, isolating terrorists from their support, modernizing and integrating our counterterrorism tools, protecting U.S. infrastructure and enhancing preparedness, countering terrorist radicalization and recruitment, and strengthening the counterterrorism abilities of our international partners.
Today in Washington, Bolton laid out the president's long-awaited counterterrorism strategy, the first update since the Obama administration. U.S. unemployment down to 3.7% in September, the lowest level since December of 1969. PNC Financial Services Group Chief Economist Gus Fouché.
The job market is in fantastic shape, that it will continue to do well at least over the next 6-9 months or so, and that businesses are hiring and they're having difficulty finding workers, which is good news for wages.
The longest streak of hiring on record has put millions of Americans back to work. The Labor Department says employers added just 134,000 jobs. That's the fewest in a year, though it is assumed that the figure was lowered because of Hurricane Florence, which put a severe damper on business activity of all kinds in North and South Carolina in particular. On Wall Street right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 272 points. The NASDAQ up by 140. More on these stories at townhall.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah, it
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends and business. And of course, we'll be spotlighting business, as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Mosier will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have
somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
It's Mojo 50 with Brad Staggs and Doc Thompson. Thanks so much for joining us. On the Twitter, it's at Doc Thompson Show, at Real Brad Staggs with the hashtag What I Learned Today. Get your tweets in if deemed worthy by Ron. Phillips will include you in the show close.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to communicate.
Yeah, Shiny American Patriot says, well, we know Doc's wife is definitely not an Uber driver.
Yes, that's true.
Yep. Yep.
That is true. She is not an Uber driver.
Mm-hmm.
No, she is barely a driver. I mean, seriously. I mean, she turns the car on and she doesn't put in gear and stuff. Driving, though, that's, I don't know if I'd call it that. That's,
Yep.
It gets the car to move and stuff, but. Mm-hmm.
Who was it over here? Where did it go? It was the.
By the way, that's not shtick about her hitting the garage those times.
She just, maybe she really hates those garage walls.
She has hit, in the last, let me get this right, 2 years, she has hit the garage twice, another car in the driveway once, and her mother has hit another car in the driveway once.
Wow.
All of them I had to pay for.
Well, of course. That's you're the breadwinner.
Yep.
Royan over on Facebook says, what I learned today, plastic penguins equals less money in cleanup. That's a good point.
You know there's some people who believed it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you're the zoo, you go ahead and run with it. Well, you don't make excuses. You don't say coming soon real penguins. You wait till people go, hey. And then you say, yeah, we know. We'll get the real ones eventually. It's just plastic, whatever. Because you run a pretty good chance that a lot of people coming through, the elderly, the drunk kids, they're not going to know. and they still get a good time. This is like my buddy Jimmy Malone.
Right.
Who, when his daughter was young, the zoo or the circus was in town.
Right. Oh, yeah. I love those.
You know, it gets kind of expensive, right?
Yeah.
He would take her to I'm going to go to the circus.
Yeah.
And he'd just drive her around till she fell asleep. And then half thing of popcorn, you know, on the table when she woke up. Those little things.
Did you have a good time at the?
Wasn't it great?
Yeah. Wow, that is so mean.
And then, you know, sometimes if you got like a program, because if you go by, sometimes as people are leaving, they throw them out there.
Wow.
And you do that and you get the program. Wow. And he's like, wasn't it fun?
I have all these memories of being a child, and
it was so
I don't
good.
remember the circus. I just remember
Your mind is
up.
going to write it and make it even better. And all you do is you don't even ask if they had a good time. You go, you had such a great time. Wow. You were so happy. Why not? Wow. We don't remember this stuff anyways. Beach Week 82, right? No one can remember all this stuff.
Wow.
So, you know, put the plastic penguins up.
And then tell everybody that you keep the temperature just so, because penguins, when they reach a certain temperature, they don't move. They remain very still.
Which, by the way, is kind of true.
It could be. I don't know that it's not.
I mean,
true.
Sometimes you see them zipping around in the water.
It's
but
really
a lot
cold.
of times you see them standing there.
It's really cold.
They're not moving when they have that egg.
No. You ever touched a penguin?
Sorry, those records are sealed, my friend. Those are sealed.
It's just so weird because they're furry. They don't look like they'd be furry. They're furry. It looks like they'd have the skin like a dolphin or a seal, and you touch it all slippery, but it's not. It's hairy, furry technically. Should we move on?
So we're just gonna see how much rope it takes to hang himself. I knew something else was coming. There's gonna
Barbara over on Twitter. Man, wow! I'm not even sure I want to read this, Barbara, but I'm not sure if I should be hurt or Doc or Chris. Somebody should be hurt. Thank God I didn't get up to listen live. I can just fast forward to the co-host abuse and search for actual content.
There it is. Good.
Wow.
Good.
Barbara, we were inviting you to the Christmas party this year, but I'm not so sure that.
I'm not sure she was talking about us. You, me.
Never know.
That might be something else.
Could be. Let's
just move on.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
In the middle of all of these questions of Brett Kavanaugh and what is appropriate for men and women and how we get along, what's appropriate in the office, an interesting story comes from the UK. This is actually Europe, not specifically the UK.
Okay.
A senior scientist working with CERN, C-E-R-N. CERN.
Which, by the way, what does CERN stand for?
CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research.
So it's an acronym.
Right.
But it doesn't, so C is for European and E.
CERN, C-E-R-N.
Right. Is again what?
The European Organization for Nuclear Research.
Makes perfect sense to me.
What are you talking about? It's CERN. It's an acronym.
C-E-R-N, CERN, European.
Is there a C in research?
Yeah.
The E in Europe?
Yeah.
R in nuclear?
Yeah.
Is there an N in European?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
All right. You got me.
So a senior scientist working with CERN has been suspended after an unpopular presentation in Geneva. During the presentation, so again, suspended because his presentation was unpopular.
Okay. People didn't like it.
Yes. During it, he argued female discrimination does not occur, and instead, male scientists were being discriminated against.
He's a rapist.
The presentation.
He's a rapist.
Rapist?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Well, because he's
male-dominant rapist.
He said that, and this was a speech he gave on gender and high-energy physics.
God, I'm telling you, you have not lived until you a speech like
no.
Oh, the applause.
So you're telling me it's just high-energy physics? No. It's a presentation on gender and high-energy physics, and not gender and physics. Not gender and energy physics.
No.
High energy physics. During it, he explained that he had conducted a lot of research. He's done into the topic. He presented a bunch of graphs. And during it, He said that physics built by men. He said men invented and built physics.
Okay.
It was invented and built by men. It's not an invitation.
Okay. Men built physics.
Here, let me get it.
Okay.
He said that, and this is one of the slides.
All right.
He said discrimination against women in physics, it does not exist. Only that physics was invented and built by men. It's not an invitation.
Gonna have to disagree with your police work there, Bob.
What are you talking about? For his argument about discrimination against men, he lists wars, gender quotas, and scholarships for women in science. Are these things true, Brad Staggs?
Having no direct knowledge of them, I'll accept them as
are there gender quotas?
Yeah,
a lot of places. Okay,
yes,
good.
Yeah.
Are there scholarships for women? We got to get women in the STEM, right? In the STEM studies.
Yes.
Did men invent physics?
Well, that's where I'm going to have a little problem. Did they invent physics?
Of course they did. Women weren't allowed to learn back in the day.
What were they doing?
They were birthing babies.
Making sandwiches.
Working in the sandwich mine.
And you know what?
All day long, digging sandwiches.
I will say women are far better at birthing babies than men.
See what I'm saying?
And
Exactly.
And sandwich making.
He also discussed male and female IQ differences and cites a study in which he says it shows that men prefer working with things and women prefer working with people. Do you think that's wrong, Brad Staggs?
No, I really don't.
Again, we're not talking about exceptions. Right. We're just talking about the general rule.
Generally speaking, yes.
He also included a group of offensive cartoons as part of the slides.
By offensive, you mean funny?
No, things that some people found offensive.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He used himself as an example of men discriminated against, saying he was overlooked for a job that he believed he was more qualified for, and the job was given to a woman.
Oh, he has some anger issues, doesn't he?
One of the women at the Gender and High Energy Physics conference that he was speaking at was a little upset at all this. She didn't like it. Her name is Jessica Wade. She said that after the talk that she'd done at the event, she said, he told me British undergraduates face a huge debts, and after their studies because of the amount of money spent on equality and diversity training, that we're wasting money on that stuff.
He said that they're wasting. He said money was being wasted.
Yes.
I agree with him there.
She said it was really upsetting at those workshops. She said there were young women and men exchanging ideas about their experiences on how to encourage more women into the subject and combat discrimination in their careers. She said this man gets up saying all sorts of horrible things. She said she was pretty upset by the whole thing. CERN released a statement saying that they're not aware of the presentation content, or were not aware before the seminar.
I do have one question, very important question. Is she hot?
I don't know if she is or not.
Because that's going to weigh in on my judgment of whether or not she was just spewing a bunch of hate crap or whether or not she
Here's
had
one of the slides. It says, discrimination against men at the top. Oxford University extends exam times for women's benefit.
Because
there it is. Discrimination against women. He had another slide. It says, physics was invented and built by men. It's not by invitation. There it is. That's all it was on the slide. It didn't cite a study, anything like that. Then he offered up a third one that said, men prefer working with things and women prefer working with people, producing a large effect. And then he offered a large effect size. And then he offered a formula.
A large effect size.
D equals 0.93. And then I don't know what that symbol is.
0.93.
Sex differences favoring men were also found. More specific measures of engineering. D equals 1.11. Science, D equals 0.36. And mathematics, D equals 0.34. Interest.
I see. I disagree with him there. I think D equals 0.135.
You're both absolutely wrong.
What?
You're absolutely wrong.
I don't think so.
No, it's double D equals 40 right there is what that is.
That always slips by.
What's a mojo? What's a mojo? $20, same as downtown. Mojo 50.
Hey guys, Matt Locke, the Conservative Cartel. I'd like to take a minute and tell you about a new weight loss product that's instantly becoming part of the Mojo 50 family. It was launched by a Dallas area company who had taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. A 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened, and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. One Ridges-own client, Sarah, recently lost over 100 pounds. While she looks amazing, she has been struggling every day with cravings. Now that she's taking Ridges-own, she says it's so much easier to control her appetite and she's not thinking about food all day. Ridges-own contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to ridgezone.com, RIDUZONE.com, and enter the code MATT, M-A-T-T. That's Ridgezone, RIDUZONE.com.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Imagine this, Brad. Yep. You're an advisor to a president. Mm-hmm. You're one of the people that are deciding what to do when, all of a sudden, you have definitive proof that there is an inbound nuclear missile headed for, let's say, Los Angeles, or a couple of them, one heading to Chicago, whatever it is. Yep. And there you are. Mm-hmm. You're sitting there in the room and they say, Mr. President, we have proof that within 30 minutes, nuclear missiles will rain down upon these couple of cities. What do we do about those people in the cities? 30 minutes, Mr. President.
You warn them, pandemonium breaks
and nobody gets out.
Right. You know what this does, though? You get the 30-minute warning. You walk down the hall. Hey, Mary, I've thought you were hot for about 10 years now, and I've watched you from afar. We got 30 minutes.
I'd like to watch you from a close now.
I'd like to watch you naked on the desk.
I'm going to go all Kavanaugh on you.
So that's what, that is what the 30-minute warning does for you.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth, and that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks, no chaser, no marches, no protest, only small limited government, constitutional conversations, exclusively on Mojo 50. We get into foreign policy, we get into national politics, we get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on Mojo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on Mojo 50. Live free.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on Mojo 50. Wow. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
So many plans, so many plans.
Brad Staggs.
I
have a letter here.
Hold in your hand an envelope.
An envelope. An envelope addressed to me. My home address. This is one of the strangest letters I've gotten. And it's junk mail.
It's a little creepy. Okay? It's a little creepy.
It really is. And, I mean, you've seen over the years all of the ways that they send you letters like junk mail and try to make it think like it's something that it's not. Like it'll have a thing to make it look like it's a registered letter.
Yep. Or maybe there's a check inside.
Right. All of these different things.
Yeah.
We've taken this to an entirely new level. This is, and I'm just curious if anybody else has seen this. I can't show you the whole thing here because my address is on it, and I just realized I should have redacted that. But the envelope has a picture on it. Okay. The picture, it's a picture off to the left of the envelope.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, if you were to see it, it just fades to white. Just kind of fades out, and it fades about where the name and the address go, right? See the picture? That is a picture on the envelope of my house.
That is so weird. Of your actual home.
Yes. My house.
That is weird. That is.
It's a custom, and it's just a white just... And I can't think. I wish I saved the piece of paper I won with that. It fell out. It was for insurance or refinance or something.
Right.
The paper inside also had this same picture on it as well.
Customized. Now, does that look like a Google Earth picture of your home, maybe, or does it look like they actually stood out in front?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I'll bet you it's.
I didn't notice that. Look, you can see the.
Aha. Yeah. Well, no,
It's a date. That's someone's camera.
Someone went out and took a picture of your home.
Because Ron, I can see so as you're looking at the envelope, it's on the left side of it, right here. And it, like I said, it fades into the address.
Very tastefully done,
but
actually.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm considering asking if I can use this for my stationery now.
Yes, I would.
But you can just see in the bottom right corner where the picture is fading, you can see a time date stamp. How some cameras will put a date.
Yep.
So
yeah, I think you're right. I think somebody actually went out and took a picture of your house and printed it quite. And
Can you tell what the date is?
It's all I can see is 6/28.
So June something. So probably this year. Does that look like? I mean, you can't really tell anything from the.
Trying to see.
But they do have very nice penmanship as well. So the entire presentation is very, very well done.
Oh, this is old.
Is it old? Why? Oh, you can tell
this was done a while ago.
Something about your house that's not the same?
Yeah, it's in good shape.
The gutters are attached. The garage door doesn't have the big hole
I know where
in
they
it.
get these. You can get them by Googling past
Zillow.
Like Zillow or whenever you've advertised your house for sale. Has to be. I was going to say, because over to the left here, I've re-landscaped.
Right.
I actually extend some little bricks out and put a different little tree and stuff in. But I can't see it. But I realized they've got flowers planted here.
Well, and you know what?
I only have weeds there.
Right. I was going to say, and the petting zoo isn't in. The petting zoo that you put is not in the picture.
Notice behind it, you don't see the top of the Ferris wheel. Behind the house.
Yeah, see, that's where they screwed up. If they had really wanted that.
But I found this interesting. Again, you get a letter and your pictures, your house is on the envelope, because that takes, extra. Normally you print these things up and you get a bulk printing. They had to do a per envelope printing. Is this that much more expensive, or is it that cheap now?
Well, and it's handwritten, it's hand addressed. So, and again, they have nice.
It's not, it's the printed faux hand address. See?
Sure.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, you're right.
You've got glasses there for just such an emergency.
I don't need glasses. I don't need glasses. No, you're right. That is. But that's impressive.
How many people notice that it's their house? Would you have noticed? Because it's kind of light?
No, not without the petting zoo.
Would you have noticed, Ron, if it was yours?
Not without the petting zoo.
Yeah, I have some specific stuff in my front.
You've got all that statuary, the Grecian women with
He's got
the topless women.
He's got all the manicured hedges in the burlesque erotica shapes. That's right. So yours is going to be more identifiable.
Yep.
Hashtag me too, Ron. Okay.
And the ponies in the front yard.
But I just thought this is amazing.
This is pretty
This takes a new step forward in target marketing, does it not?
What did you do when you looked at that? When you got that in the mail, what was the first thing you did? I mean, did it catch your eye immediately?
You mean after I thumbed through the Victoria's Secret catalog?
Everybody does that.
I thumbed through it. So here's what normally, I mean, junk mail is just junk mail, junk. Yeah. This one just caught my eye as I was flinging it, right? I was like, I could tell it was still junk mail and whatever.
Wait a minute, that's my house.
And I was like, wait a minute, is that my house? Okay.
And then what did you do?
I opened it.
Yes.
And was shocked.
It worked. Whoever came up with that idea, brilliant.
And I felt a little creeped out. Here's the other side of it. Unless it was like, amazing deal, free money, and it was some sort. I wouldn't call on them because it kind of creeped me out.
Right. Well, and at least you didn't open it up and like Polaroids didn't fall out of you, like shots of you through your front windows.
That was a different
naked.
envelope.
See.
So what will they put you on the envelope? That takes it to the next. Then you're definitely.
Especially if it's you like in the shower eating potato chips or something.
Those don't exist. Where would somebody get those?
No.
Wow.
Not at all.
I just found it interesting. That's a new one, isn't it?
That is brilliant yet creepy.
Which brings up my my next point. The U.S. mail has to go away. I can't believe we're still having a discussion about the United States Postal Service as we have known it these many, many years. Low. This is a terrible, terrible system. Let me pause for a moment before I trash the post office and go ahead and stop you from saying it's in the Constitution, Doc. No, it is not. We must provide for postal routes that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. Established postal routes.
How many different ways can that be interpreted?
Okay, I think it's established. They're established. Great. See you later.
Wow.
Doesn't say maintain. I don't think maintain. Even it does. A postal route can be one.
Wouldn't someone...
Routes could be two.
Wouldn't someone with common sense, though, say, okay, if we're going to establish postal routes, we're not just going to establish them and just walk away. I mean, we're going to do something with those.
We can establish postal routes that are electronic posts now.
I don't disagree with that.
We could also amend the Constitution that says, bye-bye, post office. It is simply an advertising vehicle for which we will bail out. We have bailed them out in the past.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't get our money. We will bail them out in the future. It's coming. And they are billions and billions of dollars in debt. It's a bad idea whose time has come and gone. We live in a different age. Be done with it.
But I ask you, aren't they too big to fail?
No, they have failed. They are big and they have failed.
Okay.
We've arrived.
What do you mean?
We've hit the big time.
What are you talking about?
I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now.
Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us.
Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be?
I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves.
All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November.
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
You know, I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
Wow. Hey, guys, Ron Phillips from the Conservative Cartel. I want to tell you about a new weight loss product that's quickly becoming part of our Mojo 50 family. Okay, so it was launched by this Texas company who have taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. That's right. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. In a 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser, you remember that show? It showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. Rid-U-Zone, that's R-I-D-U Zone, contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. If you are struggling every day with cravings, try Rid-U-Zone. It makes it so much easier to control your appetite and not think about food all day. That's my problem. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to riduzone.com and enter code MATT. That's M-A-T-T. Again, that's riduzone.com, RIDUZONE.com. Rid-U-Zone.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's DIA Thrive.com.
The Adrian Slate Show. Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. You know, that's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests from both parties are involved in this situation.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Got an interesting question for you.
All right.
During the break, Brad and I were discussing politics and people running for office, and he pointed out a guy who's running for Senate from Tennessee. Now, what has he done in the past? He's never been a senator. He's challenging for the Senate seat in Tennessee.
Phil Bredesen was the mayor of Nashville. He was the governor of Tennessee for a while.
Okay. So former governor, former mayor, running for Senate from Tennessee, and he's a Democrat.
Yep.
And Brad says to me, he actually was okay. He's a Democrat, but
I like Phil.
He said he did some good things. And I was like, okay.
Yep.
I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. Would you consider, barring any changes of philosophy, if we just continue like we are, will you vote for a Democrat?
I would if I liked their decisions in the past, if their record matched what I believe in, if I think they're
and again, I'm not talking about their personal record, okay? Whatever their record is, you could love it, you could hate it, right? That's fine. I'm just talking about the general idea and concept of what the Democrat Party is, what the Republican Party, just where we're at right now, barring the Democrats from suddenly, having a complete flip of platform, just where we're at right now, even if the guy's like staunch voting record of conservatism. Because I'm finally at a point, I will, and Matt, you got to wheel up here too, buddy. Matt Locke of the Conservative Cartel just popped in. Listen.
What?
I'm at a point where I will not, barring any significant platform change in the future, ever vote for a Democrat again.
Oh, never.
And here's why. Even if their platform is far to the right of the Republican, even if they are staunchly, if I go down and I go, damn, look at every one of these things, because they still have that D next to their name. They're going to side with the party at some point and screw me. And if you are that far to the right, then you change your party affiliation. I'm at a point I will not vote for, and I voted for Democrats in the past. I will not do it again. Now, that is not to say I will vote for Republicans exclusively. Right. I have avoided Republicans in the last couple of presidential elections. I voted Libertarian. I likely will vote for President Trump this time around.
Well, he's kind of apolitical, so you're okay there. But I'm with you. The R and the D don't mean anything anymore. But what's your record?
But I know if they have that D, they're going to side with that stinking party, and it's going to be bad for me. And I've done all those things on, the scorecard on FreedomWorks and places. When you look at it, you see the Republicans, like let's say 100% is perfect from FreedomWorks perspective, meaning if you were a liberal, 0 would be 100% for Democrats, like that. Right. So you look at it, and the Republicans fall on this scale everywhere from the 40s to 100, meaning there are lots of them that get Fs from a conservative platform. You flip it around, if you put the Democrats, made it 100 and flipped it upside down, the Democrats would fall from a liberal standpoint from 100 down to in the high 60s.
I was going to say 70 probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
none of them
migrate.
Fail. Yeah, none of them do, but the Republicans fail all over the damn place.
Yeah, Democrats don't fail Democrats.
Right. Barring any significant party platform change, I'm telling you, I've done it in the past. I voted Democrat, no more. I don't care about your record as far as if you're a Democrat. It's done, it's over. But I care about your record if you are any other party affiliation.
Yeah, see, at least in this case with Bredesen, I would, I've met the guy, I've spoken with him. They say he's characterized as a moderate Democrat who's fiscally conservative, socially liberal. He's running against Marsha Blackburn.
Guess what? Change your party affiliation. Become a libertarian.
I thought he used to be a Republican.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Point.
It's not that I'm saying your record's bad. I just know if you have that D, it's going to end up screwing me. Joe Manchin is a good example of that. Joe still votes a little more to the left than I would like about some of this stuff. But Joe, sorry, buddy. Get on board. Yeah. I cannot trust you to not screw me. It's hard enough to not get screwed by the Republicans.
I know. And I don't trust any of them. That's my baseline. That's where I start. I don't trust any of them. Having met Phil Bredesen, having spoken with him, having seen what he did for Nashville as the mayor, I don't know. I think I would. I don't know. I've got to say cross party lines. I don't consider myself a Republican.
Right. You do something.
Yeah. I would vote. Unless he's done something wacky and wild that I don't know about, I would vote for Phil Bredesen.
I certainly understand that. I've always said and actually done the same thing,
But I don't trust any of them. That's the problem. But they have done that to themselves. They have caused me not to trust them because they'll say one thing, they'll do another. Marsha Blackburn, didn't she vote yes on Obamacare?
I can't.
She did a couple of things that was like,
Marsha's not unscathed in this. I generally like Marsha, but Marsha's at a good. I said it like twice in a row. What is that like? Marsha. Marsha is another phenomena.
And she's a friend. She is a sister of a friend of mine.
I like her. She was one of the few politicians that spoke at the Tea Party March on 9/12 down to the Capitol.
Yep.
She spoke. I want to say, who is it? Jim DeMint spoke, and I think that was it. That shows how staunch they were.
Yeah.
But Marsha, and I would, if I were in Tennessee at this point, vote for Marsha. Her track record is still solid enough. I like her, but make no mistake, at this point, she's a career politician.
Oh, yeah.
And if she stays in long enough, she will be the Republican that just keeps migrating and gets more and more of a failing grade. It drops. This is the phenomena. You go to freedomworks.com or .org, freedomworks.org, I think it is, and you look up their scorecard or Google FreedomWorks scorecard.
Okay.
Look at their lifetime voting record. Now, I don't know Marsha's specific off the top of my head what the numbers are, but most of the time, people like Marsha, if you go the first years they were in, they had 98%, 97, 99%.
She has an 86.
Okay, that's good. That's okay. Not great. Check out her first couple years. Look at by year, you'll see.
Yep. So back in 2005.
Take a look at 2000. I don't even know. I've not looked it up for her specific.
Let's see here. Did I do that right?
Probably.
I clicked on that. That gave me all of them.
Okay. Yeah, go if you click on her name again, like backtrack.
Yep.
And see if you can see by year or whatever. Sometimes you open it up.
My internet's slow today.
She's currently 86.
Yep. In the 2018 Congress, she got a 58.
Okay.
Wow.
See if you can scroll down and see.
Scrolling down back all the way to 2005. She had a 76. In 2006, she had 100. In 2007, 95, 100, and going forward,
right.
100, 95, 95, 87, 75, 73, 86, 85,
see what
92,
I mean?
94.
They start off really high, and then a couple years they drop. Now, hers fluctuates a little bit more.
That's really
but a lot of them, Brad, they start, and it's like 97, 98, a couple years, and after 25 years, they're living in the 70s or lower.
Right.
What does that show you? They start trying to keep their job, trying to keep the monies, trying to keep the lobbyists happy, and they start with these wacky votes.
Yeah,
there are exceptions to it. You have a bad year, or you were forced into something. I get that. I'm not living and dying by it.
Right.
But it does show you what they're like. So the fact that the Democrats huddle together better than the Republicans do, the fact that they never vary too far outside of their liberal platform.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Republicans live half the time in the liberal platform. I'm done.
Again, you know my stance on all this. I don't trust any of them anymore. Growing up, I was a registered Republican. I think I still register, but I'm
you know what has to happen here?
Libertarian. And
what has to happen is the Libertarian Party needs to finally get its act together. And they have never done well at this. You end up, even within the Libertarian platform, a lot of disagreements because the people don't understand. Right. They go from the anarchists, no government. Well, then what are you part of a party for?
Right. Why don't you just go join a biker gang?
Some absolutes. There are right. Exactly. You're not part of it. Makes no sense. We're for anarchy. That's the reason I joined this party. What?
Yeah.
Sorry, you wouldn't be part of a party if you believe in anarchy.
Right.
To the people who are more of the obvious, the dumbed down explanation of what a libertarian is: fiscally conservative, socially liberal. No, it's not socially liberal. It's libertarian freedom. I don't care what you do.
Stay out of my stuff.
I'm not endorsing it. Leave me alone. So there's the difference. But the Libertarian Party needs to get its act together.
Who was the guy that they had out in this last race? Was it Gary?
Oh, Gary Johnson.
Wow.
Who, dumbasses, this is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Gary Johnson is not a libertarian. Gary Johnson is a liberal, and there's what's different.
He made some of the and he came by the other studios. He made some wacky statements.
Oh,
that
yeah.
were just.
Yep, absolutely, without
Wasn't
question.
he the Aleppo guy? Didn't they ask him about Aleppo? And
yes.
So it was that was a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
So,
people like Gary early on because he was more libertarian as a governor of New Mexico, and then he supported the pot stuff. So, the people that just wanted the pot legalization, number one, and number two, that was a libertarian attitude, and that made sense. But some of the other ones just didn't make a lot of sense. If they got a big enough name, it was somebody defecting from somewhere else.
Right.
They need to get it together and start marketing it properly and saying, guys, we are the party of personal freedom. We are the party of leave us alone. We are the libertarian, not the liberal, the libertarian party. Leave us alone. They've never had anybody really market this that well.
No. And that's the problem. There's not enough money behind the Libertarian Party at this point. All the big money is behind the Republicans and the Democrats. That's where all of the big money is, and it's very hard to fight those machines.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's extremely hard.
City leaders in Akron, Ohio are doing something decidedly anti-liberty, and I might be with them.
All right.
I might be with them. They're challenging my libertarian values.
All right.
They are proposing jail time for pet owners who let their pets bark too much.
Okay, I can get behind that. Damn
it. Damn it.
You have neighbors that fall into this category?
Not now. Thank God.
Okay.
We had some 2-3 doors down the day we move in. We saw the house, everything's fine. We're moving in. They had 2 big Great Danes that they would leave outside. It was one property between us, and they lived on the corner, so their backyard aimed towards the side of our house, with one house in between. And the Great Danes, ho, 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 ho,
Yeah.
ho, 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 all day.
Until they got hoarse.
I walked in the house while unloading boxes. I said to my wife, we have to move. I've realized some people are triggered by certain things. I have a sensitivity to certain sounds like that, and I only discovered this the last couple of years.
You qualify for some sort of discount then.
I think I really do, Brad. Some sort of disability.
Maybe, yeah.
I cannot take dogs barking or certain sounds like that. It's like I have autism or something.
Is one of the sounds?
Yes, but we know what causes that.
Right. Well, that's true.
I have a penis.
Yes.
And that's what causes to like.
At least that's the rumor.
Grate on me, something like
that's
that.
The rumor.
Akron, the libertarian in me says, "How dare you say someone can't let their their pet bark?"
Yeah. Or
but the rest of me,
either way, whatever.
Says yes, yes.
Adjust your mojo now. Thank you.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And, well, you get the point. We'll be talking talking food and food trends and business. And of course, we'll be spotlighting business as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Moser will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have
somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah, it
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Hey, are you tired of the bar scene? Tired of trying to meet people that maybe you just don't know? I'll tell you what, I'm a classic example of online dating. I met my beautiful wife online on a dating platform, and you can too. Check out wethepeople.dating. There's a better way for all of you single guys and you ladies out there. You know what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner ought to be your number one goal, just like the Constitution. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, if you're looking for someone, you don't have any time, you've got a computer, you've got an internet, you can start browsing wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner shouldn't be a mantra. It should be a goal. For the love of people and people of love. Listen to Matt Locke. Check out wethepeople.dating.
The Conservative Cartel.
Now, a CNN report noted that Feinstein has demanded the FBI inform her of everyone the agency is talking to as part of the probe into these allegations. Asked how the American public will have any confidence in the ultimate conclusions reached by the Senate following such a secret report from the FBI, Feinstein replied, well, let's see. I can't say because I don't know what the investigation will say. Yeah, you do. You know exactly what the investigation is going to say, Diane, and that's why you want to keep it confidential. The same CNN article reported that the California senator was joined in her calls for the results of the FBI probe to remain secret by Democrat Senator Chris Coons. How do we know Chris Coons? He's the one that made the infamous deal with Jeff Flake. Interesting how that works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Coons and Flake went on to where? 60 Minutes. Oh, kumbaya, kumbaya, yeah. Little campfire singing, right? Because everybody's in lockstep when you're liberals.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. Wethepeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you're going to think the same way, as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. wethepeople.dating.
What do you mean it's let's go?
All righty, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of your Daily Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned throwing bricks at bulletproof glass can be reflective. Can be a very reflective time.
And not in a good way.
No. We learned the USPS is too failed to remain big. Oh,
yes.
See that?
Yeah, I see what you did
there. I just flipped it right around there.
That was impressive. Very impressive.
We learned if my wife were to visit the Telford Exotic Zoo in Shropshire, the United Kingdom, she would claim that they have the best penguins she's ever seen.
The most behaved.
They're so good. Look at them. They just stand there so I could get a good look at them. They're so wonderful.
They're furry.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. It's not a rumor.
We learned pro-criminal tip number 1389. It helps to have a weapon when demanding 10s, 20s, and donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Right? He needs to go back to stupid criminal school.
And that's the reason we offer these these pro-criminal tips. So if you're going to listen, I'm not suggesting you have a life of crime. That's wrong. But if you're going to do it, damn it, do it the right way.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
It's for the young people out there. That's why I do this. We learned cops don't like it when you identify yourself as F you a-hole. That's my name. They frown upon that sort of thing.
Cops are too sensitive. Right. They're too sensitive.
Be that as it may, I'm just telling you, we learned that they don't like that when you say, F you, a-hole, that's my name.
And it's an unlikely name. Just let's face it.
Unlikely, but not impossible.
True, it's not impossible.
We learned apparently real cops don't have plastic badges.
Newsflash.
We also learned apparently real cops don't identify themselves as I the police.
They're missing the B. I be the police is what they say.
Right, exactly. And that's, again, why we offer these up to you.
Yep.
Brad Staggs, what, if anything, did you learn today?
Well, I learned that Lindsey Graham finally found his balls.
Do we know where they were?
John McCain left them to him in his will.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
I learned,
did he have to go to the reading of the will?
I think he did.
And now, reading of the will for the late Senator John McCain. He leaves the little money he had to his daughter. Of course, she's going to get the lot of money he had that is actually his wife's. We leave the 7 houses. Well, I'm sorry, those aren't his.
No.
We leave his... let's see here. Lindsey Graham's testicles. Senator Graham, you'll be getting those back.
Hey, y'all, I got my balls back.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, you.
Johnny left me my balls back. He left me my testicles. I've been missing these.
I don't know where I'll put them.
He kept them on the mantle.
I've had all my pants altered since then.
He left them to the bust of himself.
I also learned that Dr. Ford has some truly damning evidence that supports her claims of rape against Brett Kavanaugh.
Really?
She has it,
really?
But she's not going to show anybody because it's secret.
No, you want to show people that.
It's because they don't exist.
Yeah. It's a secret, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah. That's becoming less and less of a secret that it doesn't exist. I also learned that police officers do not appreciate your ability to directionally shoot feces at their faces. I will admit it's an incredible talent, and it's just underappreciated.
Yes, the police do not appreciate that, especially if it's aimed towards them. Yeah. I, however, love when you aim it towards other people.
Yes, especially if our cameras are ready and rolling.
And by the way, the East German judges rate really high on that now.
Yes, they do. Matlock would give it a 9.5, the highest score he'd give it.
I'll bet he would give it a number 2.
You see what you did there.
Because it's feces.
Yes.
See, that's right.
Yeah, it's the back hole. The back hole. I also learned as a teenage girl in the UK who's just found out you're pregnant and you've had that long discussion with your parents about your future plans with your boyfriend. I have some good news and some bad news for you. You may have let that cat out of the bag a little too soon.
You know, all this does is just set up procrastination. That's all. It's just encouraging procrastination.
Does it?
All right, I'm not going to tell. I'll tell him next week. I'll tell him next week. I'll tell him next week.
Yeah.
I would have been fine on this.
Yeah.
I would have been fine. Oh, turns out it's fake. Hey, good deal.
See? But if you've already told your parents, they have a little insight into your behavior.
You know what's good about this? There is at least one convert to Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody got saved.
Oh my God. My prayer came true.
They're like, please, Lord, please, I can't be pregnant. I can't. The news report, breaking news. Some of these tests were wrong. Let me pee on another stick. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
And just remember, you agreed to go to church every week.
Well, every week seems a little staunch now. I appreciate it, but I think I'm covered once a couple times a year. I'll go on Easter.
Now the wheeling and dealing begins.
What was that movie? The End with Burt Reynolds? When he's trying to kill, he swims out in the ocean.
Yeah.
And finally he decides he wants to live. Yeah. And he's miles from shore. And he's like, Lord, just let me live and I'll give you everything I own. He's about halfway there. I'll give you 50%. 10%.
Matthew Broderick and Lady Hawk. Lord, I know I swore I'd never pick another pocket. But Lord, I also know that you knew that I was probably not telling you the truth at the time.
And this time I mean it.
And this time I really mean it. I also learned don't Google Jessica Wade and CERN remarks, especially if you're at work, because it may be your last day if they find out. If they look at your browser history, it's all over.
But you're still cool for Blue Waffle. Still good for that. That's good.
And 2 girls, let's just move on. I also learned if I really want to get a message through to Doc Thompson, I just need to draw his reasonable likeness on the envelope. It'll sucker him into opening it every time.
Oh, my gosh.
You are such... They played you.
Here's what we do. After I just told the story, this is a good way to scam your spouse.
How?
You want to have fun? You want to play practical joke?
Yep.
Take a picture of theirs.
Yeah.
Like something that was like up on maybe Facebook, or they may be like bikini or something like that.
Right.
And you have one of those envelopes made up.
Like
and
say
you
on
send
your
it,
printer at home.
Well, maybe I do a little more professional. And you mail it to the house with some letter. And go, oh my gosh, look at this, honey. Look, they're now targeting us with these things. That'll be big fun.
That would be good.
And inside the letter, cut out a bunch of letters from magazines and threaten to kill them.
Right.
How about that?
You know what? Wives really do love that. They love it.
I got you so bad. That's right.
No one would
Or you could do that and say you've been kidnapped.
That's true. And if you just want to go out drinking with your buddies, that's always a good way to do it. Say that they threatened to cut your genitals
We're the kidnappers.
off.
And no, we don't want money. We don't want any of that.
No.
We want less blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Less of that.
Finally, I learned that real penguins move. Plastic penguins don't move.
Who knew?
Somebody should have told the Shropshire zookeeper that. Some advice?
Brad Staggs, what, if anything, did the listeners learn today?
Donna over on Facebook learned, wow, nice wine bottle and bag of chips. I'm thinking
Is it making its way around again?
She's referring to you, just so you know. James,
Donna's pretty clever. I just got it, Donna. All right.
See?
All right. Good for you. Bag of chips.
James learned if I can help it, I don't vote R's or D's anymore. Looking for L's or I's at this point.
Good
Cannot
call.
trust the D's or the R.
Like I said, D's are off the list now completely. Done.
Yep, exactly. Let's see here. Jackhole Angry Beaver learned unmarked car, camouflage, and fluorescent green shirt and plastic toy badge. How bad is the local cops' budget there anyway? Right?
Right.
Front pole sleeve learned, yes, that's my truck. No, badge not mine. Don't know how it got there. Not at all. Let's see who. Shiny American Patriot learned, well, we know that Doc's wife is definitely not an Uber driver.
Yeah, not a driver
She works
at all.
for Lyft. Just saying.
Right.
Black Suit Lucky Farkin learned, when I was married, I T-boned my ex-wife's car by accident because she parked it behind my pickup truck after I repeatedly told her not to. You see?
I'm giving... That's a little on you, though, buddy. I understand having it, too, but...
It's, you know what?
You still got to look in the mirror.
Can't condone it, but I can't understand it. Stone Stacking Florida Man learned, bring back the real Brad Staggs with a cigar look. If Rush can smoke live in studio, so can Brad.
Rush is...
what you call rich.
Wealthy, rich, so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah,
We're not.
No.
If you want us to smoke, you just got to pay. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Make us rich. We'll do whatever you want.
What should they buy?
We'll smoke that.
Beach Week.
Beach Week 82.
Some cigars.
Yep. Buy yours today at mojo50.com. Click on shop and get yours before they're all gone.
Yeah, so get them right now. It's mojo50.com. Limited run. It's a limited run. Beach Week 82. Limited to
how many we can
actually sell on this thing. Beach Week 82. Mojo50.com. Remember, Monday morning I'll be right here on mojo50.com. 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Damn it.
That's 5 to 8 Central time for you. That's Monday morning right here on mojo50.com. Have yourself a great weekend. Remember, your Daily Mojo is a Ron Phillips production. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Good night, Steve Cannon. Wherever you are. Now, you go home.
New era.
Patrick Henry was a